What's up, Bodie? I've never been to a Kroger. I hear they're like Aldi's. Ish. Excuse me while I eat my dinner. What's up, Daniel? Listen, AFR. Good job, Randy. Danielle, that's why we do this. You see, I work for the CIA FBI, and really what we're doing is we're collecting all of your data every time you log on to this chat. We're profiling all of you. Every single one of you. Shalom, y'all. Profiling. Shalom-filing. I know, Devin, right? I'm just here for the war profiteering and for the fame. And Joseph's Pantry, shalom. No, David, I did not, because I have yet to figure out how to feed y'all this awesome deliciousness on that side of the camera. This is hollowed out zucchini that was baked and then covered in Italian, like literally made with Italian hands, marinara sauce, and then cheese put back in the oven, baked a little bit more, and then sprinkled with Parmigiano Reggiano. And it's freaking awesome. So, shout out to Stumps, Roots, and Shoots for doing the cooking. Just stuff it in the slot. Amen. Sorry, sir. Quit talking and start eating. My bad, sir. It's awesome. Zucchini boats, exactly. Wait, we had $1 million skeptical tonight? I don't understand. Jeff Smith, hola, bro. Mucho hado, si. Es muy caliente, hombre. Tú es muy guapo y fuerte. Christy, isn't that awesome? Very awesome. That stuff makes my day. I mean, that's legitimately why we do what we do. And I know it sounds like really, it sounds cheesy, but it sounds cheesy because idealism increases with distance from the problem. And so we take it literally that our mission statement is to save lives while in service to the Father's kingdom and experiencing the abundance of his provision and blessing. And I love it when we get firsthand accounts from end users who are like, hey, we used your kit and it saved a life. It's like, praise Yah, that's why we that's why we do this. So can I join you? Yes, you may. Shalom, Jeff Smith. It's all good. Rick C, bless you. Mark Ivy, I am cheesy, but it's okay because that cheesiness right now is going along with zucchini boats and marinara, and it is freaking awesome. Fo, you did a good job picking that lady out.
Yeah, she cooks well.
I think you should keep her.
I do, but I can't lose weight as well.
Oh, sheepdog. Thank you for the advice, but don't call me babe when 383 of our friends are here, okay? What?
Do you drink?
I got a 5-gallon bucket full of red wine. I'm good, thanks though. Hey, Renee. Can you send any child out here, please?
Sure.
Thank you. My name is Bear and I approve this meal. Awesome. Do you have a recipe for half sour pickles? No. I like bread and butters, and my wife is just obnoxiously addicted to kosher dill. AVT, good evening, brother. So, what's you eating? Dinner and a movie with Bear. Thank you. Shout out to the viewer that sent in this shirt. It says heavy metal. Can you please dispose of this, young child? And thank you so much. Actually, there's 2 plates and I want the bottom one to cover my wine glass. Thank you. Mucho apreciado, as they say in the Espanol. Tu es muy fabuloso. Vester Dillon, bread and butter are awesome. I'm a big bread and butter pickle fan. Excuse me. The chat, it's the fastest chat. I just dropped another video for you, Bear. Thank you, man. Thank you. Michelle, we have so many of them. There are more children than adults in the Bear Nation, or in Bear Clan. So, yeah. There's, just find a random child. The statistical probability is that they're one of ours. So, okie dokie for God. Bless you. Thank you. Gosh, shiny object syndrome. I don't even remember what we were talking about. What were we talking about? Shalom Bandhammer. Oh, Ashley is here. Oh, AVT, right. AVT, if you are not subscribed to the Angry Viking Therapist, I question your motives, frankly. Top 5 liquors for SHTF. Screwball peanut butter whiskey. Vodka, for all the reasons.
360 vodka.
360 vodka? Is that a good brand? Okay, 360 vodka. Blanton's. Not for anybody else, just for you. Blanton's. Grain alcohol, because you can do a lot of stuff with it. And some type of naturally occurring fruit wine. Ardbeg and Lafrague. Comic Squirrel, bless you. Thank you. Yahweh is the best. Amen. Captain Yankee Rum. Blanton's is so good. Oh my gosh. I have half a bottle of it. And I've had it for over a year. Puzzleman, bless you. And I gotta tell you, it's a very special occasion when the Blanton's comes out. I love Maker's Mark, man. What holster do you run? Well, that depends on the gun that I'm running. I have a Bravo concealment for the Glock 19, and it's okay. I don't love it. The biggest issue, or not Glock 19, Glock 17. The biggest issue that I have with it is that it retains off of the light because it's designed to be a light-bearing holster, and I don't like that because that means on the days that, for whatever reason, if I didn't want to run a light, the gun just flops around inside the holster. I thought that was a poor choice as far as retaining the gun, when clearly we've proven with Kydex it's possible to retain the gun on the gun itself, not off of the light module. So I thought that was a miss. But for 40 bucks, yeah, whatever. I have a, let's see, who makes it? I don't even remember, man. I have a Kydex OWB for the Taurus G2C. I have a Fortner's Frontier leather for my wife's Walther PK380. I have a couple of different leather pieces for wheel guns. I have several, actually, a couple of different pieces of Kydex for Glock 19 that you'll be seeing in the near future in review. And I'm a, generally speaking, outside the waistband 3 o'clock guy. That's how I tend to carry. For a while, I would occasionally dabble with inside the waistband at like the 5 o'clock, but with the grip reversed so that, hey, I'm reaching for my wallet. No, I'm not. and I like that. But if you're spending any time in a chair or a truck, that's terrible. Because it's damn near small of the back carry, and small of the back carry sucks. So, but it's at least for me, it worked great. I could carry a full-size Glock 21 back there, and because of the way my shirts would land, you didn't even know it was there. It's like, hey man, I'm reaching, I'm getting my wall out. Here you go. Now you got a 45 stuffed in your face. So, and then I have a Kydex for the Glock 21. I can't remember who makes it, but it doesn't matter because I contacted them about getting another one, and they said, thanks, but we're not doing OWB anymore. We only do IWB. And I got enough IWB stuff. Holsters really, like, you need to resolve yourself to the fact that you're very likely going to buy a couple or three holsters before you find the one that you want. And that sucks. But also, #tribe. You hear that? It's awful early for coyotes. It's coyote with pups. Might be some pew pew sounds later. So, holsters are like comfy shoes. Amen. So, Cosmic Squirrel, bless you. And the Kentucky Prepper, thank you for donating to the wine cause. I'm ready for yote hunting en route. Send it. You are cleared hot, sir. Roll the Viking. Roll the Viking. Dudley, shalom, man. Sorry about circumstance other, bro. Earlier, bro. Drones, I'm not your guy on drones. I really don't have a good answer on the specifics of drones. I have a brother that has those answers, but I'm not that guy. I just really don't know. Here's the 20 September, Roger. Come on with it. You got a problem with wild dogs. Is that a statement or a question? We did at one time have a problem with wild dogs. And then I would highly recommend the Black Hills Ammunition 223 running a 50 grain Hornady VMAX projectile. And let me tell you, that and marksmanship fundamentals will very quickly eliminate any problems you have with wild dogs. So, Paladin one, that's awesome. Very cool. Get him, Yankee Watchdog, get him. Get him. 40 Smith & Wesson 9mm or 45? Ah, that age-old question. Probably 9mm, honestly. I've answered this question a lot of times. I like 45 ACP because sometimes slow and fat does win the race. Chasing life, bless you. But 9mm is just the ubiquitous handgun round, man. It's just the ubiquitous handgun round. It's everywhere. 8 out of 10 handguns are chambered in 9mm. So, no, AVT, I called us slow and fat. I called us slow and fat. I like your choice of footwear for yote hunting.
I'm wondering where they are.
They were back over there. It sounded like on the edge of the hayfield. So, yeah, but also, Joshua's correct. 300 Win Mag is my preferred chambering for handgun. So, yeah, it's everywhere but the shelves. That's right. But it's everywhere. I'll just put it that way. Mac X, bless you. Thank you. Flippy floppies. I felt slow and uncoordinated putting the IFAK back in the outer pack. You'll get the hang of it.
After about 150.
Trust me, I mean, Yankee and I have done it enough times. you'll get the hang of it. So 22 long rifle. I get that comment all the time, and I'll tell you, I think people that are betting their life on the 22 long rifle haven't spent much time with the 22 long rifle. I have one 22 that I've had since I was a wee little baby that has over 15,000, probably 16,000 rounds through it. And I have, well, shit, who cares? The statute of limitations is gone. I've killed deer with it back in the day when we had to sustenance hunt. I've killed turkeys with it. I've killed rabbits and squirrels with it. I think I've even killed a few ducks with it. And I've put some animals down with it. Thank you. And I've also shot raccoons in the face with it at damn near point blank ranges and watched them sneeze. And so maybe for hunting, if you have decided that that's going to be the round that's going to put food on your table, maybe. But once that wild game gets scarce, when everybody else in the neighborhood decides that they've got to go hunting for dinner too, you're not going to be able to reach out and touch anything with a 22. And for self-defense, 460 round F&X. Bless you, Jaffo. Thank you. For self-defense, not just nah, but hell nah. Is it a modern 22 round though? Like what? Like a 40 grain lead round nose? I mean, guys, we have lots of 22s. Lots of them here. There is no scenario here where I give somebody a 22 and say, here, bet your life on this. Okay? So how's that for an answer? I think they're great weapons for training marksmanship fundamentals, for introducing new shooters. I think they're great weapons for small game and for pest control. They're great weapons for butchering because shot placement matters. Every sheep that I butchered and goat that I butchered here, I've shot right here with a 22. They're great for that. But I'm not going to take my 22 into combat. I'm not going to carry my 22 in a defensive role. And I'm not going to go big game hunting with the 22. I'm just not going to do it. Again, I have one 22 that has legitimately 16,000 rounds on it. And it's a Ruger 10-22, which speaks to, should I get fill in the blank any other 22 or Ruger 10-22? That Ruger is effing awesome. So, how's that for an answer? David Gagnon. David is laughing his ass off, foe. I don't know why, but he is laughing his ass off. 338 Lapua. 338's a good round for squirrels, hamsters. You know, something maybe like a vole. Anything up to prairie dog size is 338 is adequate for. I would not use it. I mean, specifically prairie dogs, groundhogs, woodchucks, stuff like that. I like a 30 millimeter on things like deer and elk. And if we're talking like moose, I prefer like a J-dam, something like that. I like to see pieces fly.
You get a lot of moose around here?
Yeah. Well, we used to have a lot of moose before I moved in the neighborhood. And I've just been calling in airstrikes on moose for the last 3 years. Like, I'm not going to have these antlered bastards rolling through my neighborhood, posing a threat to me and all my hamster buddies. So, listen, danger close, drop it. The moose is at this coordinate, send it. And then, moose chunks. It's a good game. You race the scavengers to the moose chunks. So,
But when they get there, you shoot them too.
Oh my gosh, the chat goes by so fast. 40 mil, 40 Mike for squirrels. Amen. Let's do it. Thoughts on the 22-250? So much powder behind such a little bullet. What's 4,000 feet per second on average, those rounds, pushing what, a 40 grain bullet, 45 grain bullet. Good round, but for things, I mean, maybe up to whitetail. I know people, for example, my dad was a fan of the 22-250 for shooting whitetail, but if there was one little branch sticking out in your sight picture, that bullet is gonna hit that little branch and deflect because it's a 40 grain bullet. What do you use the mics above your drum set for? Do you record? Just been wondering, not asking you to play. Thanks, Sean. What I use them for is the headphones that I play drums to are isolation headphones. So there's 38 decibel noise reduction through the headphones. So it's severely muffled. I can't really hear much through the headphones. Now I can hear my drum kit because it's loud, but you're not getting an actual picture of the sound. What does it actually sound like? That's all jacked up because of the noise reduction. And so next to the left of my drum set, I have a 12-channel mixing board, and I've got a mic on each kick drum, a mic on each snare drum, and I've got two overhead mics that pick up the cymbals, the ride, the crashes, the chinas, the hi-hats, and they also pick up the toms ambiently. I'm gonna close mic the toms in the near future, but that way I can mix it all down so that I can actually hear what my drum set sounds like, because without sounding like a snob, I spent $12,000 on those drums and they sound really damn good, and so I want to hear them. And so kind of my little thing that I do to treat myself is like once per month I'll buy a microphone cable, one thing for the drum set, and I'll add one more mic, one more, mic stand, one more thing, and that's what I do for me. So that's why there's overhead mics, so that I can hear my drums when I play. That's what it's about. Did you ever play any bars in Lansing, Michigan? Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, J2, I bought those the day I turned 18, $12,000. Yes, I really do drum. I don't make shit up. They're not just back there because I think they look cool. So make like a drum and beat it. Amen. So yeah, I used to play those things all over. You paradiddle, brah. Are you kidding me? Best use for Tannerite. Put it inside of PVC boxes with a weatherproof gasket next to some hot sauce that's pointed in certain fields of fire at known distances from your position that are part of a complementary to a fatal funnel that as people walk onto your property, you can hit those positions and use them to essentially cause sound and noise and aerosolize all types of hot pepper sauces into the air to discourage people from walking down your driveway. How's that? I didn't come up with that. I came up with that in conjunction with a brother doing an impromptu site survey, and I always liked that idea. Name of your old band, hashtag not gonna happen. I was in several old bands, and I'll tell you this.
European, not gonna happen.
Yeah, hashtag not gonna happen is the name of it. Those bands, none of them were worshipful and honorable of the Most High. So it's out there. If you really want to find it, you can. But listen, there's people, we should talk about this, Bear Nation. Somebody asked, what foot pedals do I use? I use the old school Iron Cobras. I got them when they first came out. Thanks, dude, Devin. Thank you very much. There are people that have built websites about how I'm a false prophet and false teachings and I'm gonna burn in hell and I'm leading people astray, and it's like, whatever, man, this is America, you do you. What I would tell them is they could choke on a phallus, but they're not really interested in my opinion anyway. There's other people who, I've seen it, have blogs and websites that they'll take one of my videos and they transpose what I say word for word and use that as their blog post. Not really a fan of that. At least give credit if you're gonna do that. So, you know, I guess imitation is the highest form of flattery, right, honey?
Absolutely.
I'm just amazed that there's people who, it's not enough that I maybe earn a living off of what I gotta say. Now there's lots of other people that want to try and earn a living off of what I've got to say. It kind of strikes me as bullshit, but whatever. Pete Sandoval, the commando, the man with 8 arms, Hobby Cash, amen. Yeah, the wine might be hitting. Don't worry about it, AVT. I love the commando, dude. He was one of my favorite drummers, still is. One of the top 5 favorite drummers of all time for sure. Absolutely awesome drummer. It is Gobra. It is the most tactical wine. Actually, it's 4,000% alcohol by volume, and you actually have to pay a $200 tax stamp to the ATF to sip it, and they reserve the right at any time to come on property and inspect it. So, yeah, come on over.
It's in your belly.
What?
While it's in your belly.
While it's in your belly, that's a little weird. What are your thoughts on 8mm? I don't have much experience with 8mm, honestly, Joe. I know some people that have owned it. I'm not even sure that I've ever shot it. So.
I was going to say there's an 8mm?
Yeah, it's a rifle round.
Oh.
Old school rifle round. I believe it's a rimmed round. Mogwai, it's okay. Holy cow, what's going on here? Mike Morrison, thank you for yesterday's men's group. It was especially needed. Keep up the good work, and remember, hate is gonna hate. Mike, bless you, brother. Thank you. Really, thank you. That's freaking awesome. It's not rimmed. Okay, I don't know. Not 1 more inch. See? There you go. I can't even... Equal to about a 30-06. Thank you, Mark Chase. Good to see you this evening. I can't even keep up with the chat. It just goes so fast. Do any archery? No. I should.
No, Renee read it, so I'll let
because apparently it's like in my blood and stuff, but I'm not terribly good at it. And that's probably just from a lack of practice. So you might be good at archery. I might be good at a lot of things. Let's name some things that I'm not good at.
I'm good at archery.
Ice skating, tap dancing,
Roller skating.
anything where there's a low friction coefficient on my feet. Skiing, snowboarding, rollerblading,
Bowling.
How dare you, woman? Skateboarding, not good at that. Snowboarding, truth not fiction. Shalom, brother. I'm top heavy. I don't shaving. Thanks, B-Ski.
Yeah,
Shut up, Fo. You can walk home. Hot yoga,
I can walk home.
ballet, Shooting against Tommy. Shut up, JMC. Shut up.
Pull this up.
Concrete Shalom. Billiards? I'm pretty good.
Yeah, you beat me in
I'm pretty good at
I
pool.
think. We haven't done that in a
Yankee
while.
wench is good at doing.
Yankee wench.
Liberty.
We're trying to think of a name for
Liberty.
Liberty. How about that?
Liberty.
Melissa calls him Captain America, and so when I was telling Melissa about her, I was like,
Good name for-
Captain America found his Wonder Woman.
Yep. Yep. There you go.
Who's that be cute? Yankee and Liberty?
Kayaking in my area. Farther north from me there is, yeah. So, I don't own anything that's in 40 cal. I've shot it quite a bit. No, I'm good at poetry. Are you kidding me? Synchronized bear swimming. Yeah, that I'm good at. I don't own anything in 40 cal, although I've thought about purchasing some because there seems to be some surplus amongst the bear clan in 40 cal. But I don't know if you've noticed, the world is ending, and trying to actually purchase a firearm is like a no-go these days. You can't do that. In fact, well, it doesn't matter now. I was gonna get a 12 gauge from Walmart of all places a month ago because they had a Mossberg 500, and I was like, you know what? You have one. That price is decent. Sign me up. I'll take it. And it got delayed, you know, background check, which I get either, like, there's no rhyme or reason.
Right.
Instantly approved, 3 hours, 14 days, like, there's no, it doesn't matter. Any of the above. And so after 2 weeks, they're like, we'll call you, let you know when you can come pick it up. Nothing. So I go ask them, they're like, sorry, sir, we lost the file. And I'm like, what does that mean? They lost the file with all of the people whose backgrounds they requested to be checked for that day. Like, something happened in the computer, it went corrupt, and like, we can do it again. I was like,
Screw
I'm good. Y'all have fun, Walmart. I'm good. So, yeah, Mossberg 500. It's my go-to shotgun. What's up, babe? Who's that lady?
Tommy in the house.
What's up? Tell them what you've been up to.
Adding stuff to the store.
Uh-huh.
And it's selling out. Can we see? Did this class sell out yet?
Don't tell them. They're not on Patreon. I mean, some of them are, but it's a Patreon exclusive right now. I was just thinking I'll check it with my phone. However,
I can do that.
can you? You can look at the store right now? Technology. It's
I
incredible.
don't even have that.
We'll talk about what you've been designing.
What have I been? Oh, I've been designing faux and forests.
Faux and Forest is, huh? Jerry, bless you.
Faux and Renee's cabin.
Of course I can, Jerry. I'll break your
To be
feet
delivered
and then just stroll
soon.
past you.
Ish.
Okay, that's all him now.
Jerry thinks I can't beat him in a foot race.
Yep. Designing tactical patch.
like twigs,
There's quick, man.
like popsicle
Um,
sticks.
There's
Oh,
fast.
go.
Hopefully we'll get that
That's over short
going
distances.
soon.
Explosive power.
Designing
Explosive power. Look at these thighs.
Yeah, you drum.
Battle Goat
You drum double bass. You're
Right.
fast.
image
Jerry, move your legs 6 times per second.
and
Each one of them. Got you, bro.
a tactical chicken pony hat for us ladies.
Tactical
That-
chicken.
Yeah. It's got like, so y'all, if you haven't ever seen a pony hat, it's on the back, instead of having like the band that goes across, you know, that you have to adjust your ponytail for so it fits right.
Ashley
This
says hi.
has crisscross elastic bands that gives you like
Would've never thought.
3 or 4 different levels of ponytail outage.
What?
Yeah, they're awesome.
I do not approve this message.
Well, too bad.
Keep
I run the
this
store.
horse puckery and wizardry out of my store. Jerry, you can't comprehend my speed. Jerry, I will break your knees. Your knees will look like concrete powder. They're just going to be shredded into just a fine dust of what used to be. And as you're laying on the ground weeping, going, Bear, why? I'll say because of that live stream. And I'm gonna just very slowly stroll past you. I'm not even, stroll is not adequate. I'm going to strut past you.
While whistling.
I'm just gonna whistle, just like that. I'm gonna pull out a 6-shooter, twirl it around a little bit. I'm actually gonna recreate that scene from Tombstone with the leaded cup,
Yeah.
like that. And then when I get to the finish line, I'm gonna walk back. I'm gonna grab you by one wrist and drag you to the finish line as well. And I'm gonna say, who finished first, Jerry? Who finished first? And then I'll do a shot of whiskey out of my little leaded cup, put it away, and that'll be the end of it. We're gonna live stream the whole thing for the Bear Nation. Bear, what is your favorite everyday carry knife? Bless you, brother. Glock 316, bless you. It's a really good question. I really like the Spyderco Cara 2, which has been lost somewhere on property. I am deeply mourning its loss. I have felt, frankly, like a female dog without a pocket knife the last couple of days. I like the Ontario Knife Company Rat 1 folder. And
God, they're about to drive me crazy.
I know, they're terrible. Terrible. Point that fan this way, and then they'll...
Right. They'll all...
Fo, you the best, man.
That's my fan.
Grenades.
Oh.
Use it. Get our money.
And do you even horseshoe? No, not well. So for folders, those, and then for fixed blades, I have a Mora Knife HD that I'm a big fan of. Use it all the time for everything. And the Ontario Knife Company Rat 3 is freaking awesome. That is a great little knife. I like it a lot. What about, look at that. So,
Awesome.
More than halfway.
12.
12? Good. On which day? 6?
Yeah, probably most of them.
Any on 20?
Not yet.
I need to get a piece of land, but everything went to crap. Now what can I do?
Get a piece of land.
Get a piece of land?
You can still do that. Like,
or Christy says carry a lawnmower blade. You could carry a lawnmower blade instead.
yeah.
You could go mow lawns with your lawnmower blade and stack your dollar bills until you can buy a piece of land.
I
Good
know,
advice,
like, our
Christy.
area, the land market is, like, the hottest that realtors have ever seen.
And realtors are the dumbest that I've ever seen. So bad
as far
combo.
as, like, raw land goes, it's selling like hotcakes. But
Need some
you
of
can
this?
still find land.
Feels great.
You can still get loans for land.
I got you, boo. Just remember who loved you first, all right?
Okay.
Loans aren't recommended, but if that's what you gotta do,
You
that's
took care
what
of
you
me
gotta
for
do.
so long.
Right? You think this is special, but is she fanning you with the paper plate? No. No, I'm just saying.
Liberty.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Now, you just run.
It's gonna be forever now.
Yeah, Yankee's here. Hey, it worked for Sling Blade. You want to say hi?
Sure. What's going on, everybody? I'm alive. Shaloha!
Just ordered my Spartan armor.
Nice.
Awesome.
Spartan armor's good to go. I dig it.
Christian Hiltbrunner is concerned because 3 F-16s just burned right past him.
Seriously, I got some 12
It's the reptilian overlords, bro.
Oh my god.
It's reptilian overlords.
Do it. Hang it up over there.
Hang it from your
Hang it
ears.
right above Foe's head.
It was
so that when he stands up, it sticks to his head.
when we left the office today.
Yeah, it's gross,
100.
man. It's gross.
Yeah, at like that time we left the office.
Yeah.
It was 100.
We need,
Here, I need your plate to cover up
you don't need my plate,
my juice.
girl.
Cover my juice.
This is my fan-in plate, not your juice plate. I'm straight up, I am totally cool with the idea
This is new.
of like hiring some folks that just stand around with giant palm fronds and wave them at me to create a breeze. No, because that fan is not going to survive the EMP. Yeah, of course,
Like-
grapes are mandatory.
Solar powered amazingness.
And I want, oh, it's solar powered.
No, it's actually
Wow,
USB.
where'd you buy that? Canadian Prepper store?
It's USB. but
Have you thrown it in a creek yet?
you can
That's
charge your
that's how
phone
he
off
tests
of it.
things. He throws it in a creek.
You can charge your phone off of it.
You could jerk your phone off of it. I will use the house. What are you gonna do when the house goes
I have
away,
no idea
Bear?
how I got here.
I will use the generator. What are you gonna do when the generator goes away? I will use the sun.
Man,
Yeah.
that no power for a couple days during the dead.
5 days
summer.
of no power in the peak of Oklahoma summer.
If it wasn't for the modern combustion engine and air conditioning, I
Right.
would not have slept at all. Like it was
Amen.
terrible.
It's horrendous.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yep.
don't take that for granted.
What is?
Thing you're not talking about.
That thing I'm not talking about is the highest selling thing this week.
Roger.
Third highest. Somebody gave us $5. We should probably read that comment.
It's so far. It's for Hami.
It's for a homie.
It's for Hami.
That's awesome. I
Mommy,
love
there's
the
a
fact
question.
that nothing has surpassed the scriptures when it comes to sales each week. And those scriptures are sold at cost. So, what are you doing? You need a permit for that much fly paper.
Only one
Have you
is
begged the
affected.
government to possess those yet?
No. What was homie?
I don't know.
You got a question? Super chat question.
Somebody spent $5 to get your opinion on something.
Oh. Well,
Well,
what is it?
Don't know.
can you suggest some reading material for raising chickens? That's not even remotely close to how we do things. We just buy animals and then figure out how to not
Figure it
kill
out.
them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never once read a chicken book.
But no, they're
Which the
I
heat
mean,
has
I'm
been
just
like
saying
killing
I
the
haven't.
birds, man. Heat is not good.
I have read many posts on backyard chickens, and I do belong to
He, it.
Keeping Chickens for Assholes page on Facebook, which I love because they are a no-nonsense cussing group that is right up my alley, and
Want me to just send
they're
you the,
fantastic.
flag
But
vector for the
I've never read
image and you can just
a
put
chicken
it
book.
just chickens, like backyard bases.
Story STOREY has lots of good books on how to not kill animals the first time you get them. So that's something to check out. STOREY. Dang it, Ed's World. Don't be late.
Catch flies or is it release flies?
I don't know.
No,
If you get
it-
that thing stuck to my leg hair,
not-
we're gonna have a problem here.
Oh well, yeah, mine.
They-
Look, it's got flies pre-stuck to it to like
more
This is
flies.
a giant fly trap. Impromptu review.
board them onto.
It's a trampa gigante para moscas. It's ideal por
Oh,
le
look,
mejor
I got one.
agricoles.
I got one.
Which one's the? Oh, that's the real
Yeah.
one.
See, it's got fake ones on there to like attract them.
Please don't wave that near my beard. I'm like really concerned about this.
Got a bear.
It's like how do you take off half a Rod's beard?
This is like getting waxed. Ah! I would scream. Yankee Watchdog says they work great. So
What, the fly papers?
the trampa gigantes para moscas.
Yeah, and like you can tear them off after you catch. all
Directions for use.
Need to
1.
catch.
Hang giant fly trap on a hook or nail. 2. Expose 1 to 2 foot of the sticky surface. 3. When the surface is full, pull down 1 to 2 more feet. I'm glad they included directions. That's good.
What are they considered full?
That's gross.
Every sticky spot's covered.
Willie Carlos, you rock. Thank you.
So how much donation to stick it to the beard?
I'm not sticking this to the beard. I'm not doing it. I have been thinking, where do we send gifts to? Email November Tango X-Ray Mike Alpha Golf and at gmail.com, and Monica will line you out on that. Thank you very much. Gifts. Don't send gifts to NTX Mag. And keep all your clothes on,
Unless
please.
they're really funny.
What's the beef with me and Canadian Prepper? Oh man, how many times are we going to talk about this?
Here, you want me to say it?
Sure, you tell it this
Okay.
time.
So TJ started his channel because he used to listen to Canadian Prepper. And he would get super angry at the advice that Canadian Prepper was giving people.
Whose name is Nate, by the way.
And he would always complain to me about it. And I said, well, quit bitching about it and do something about it. Like, make a video. And he's like, no. I said, okay, well then stop bitching. He's like, but he's gonna kill somebody. Then make a video. And so that is how NTX Mag, that turned into Squid and Bear, that turned into Bear Independent, that you guys are all now a part of, started. And so that's the beef, is Canadian Prepper gives
Shalom,
bad
Mad
advice.
Kelp.
And Bear has an issue with that, because just like you guys listen to a lot of what we talk about, a lot of people out there listen to what Canadian Prepper talks about.
So, yeah, there you go. And then the other issue that I have with him is he's a passive-aggressive asshole that I have.
You can just let it be.
Well, I think it bears repeating. I have 12 times, honestly invited him to have a conversation off the record, because he's aware of the fact that I don't like him, and I'm aware of the fact that he don't like me. Yes, Angela, we'll talk about essential oils and anxiety next. However, rather than the 12 times that off the record, oh, Tyler, I would wreck him. The little tiny pansy man, I'd break him in half. I'd put him on the ground next to Jerry and turn his knees into dust too. So, anyway, I have 12 times invited him to have an open and honest discourse off the record, to talk about our differences and maybe come to an agreement. And instead of responding to any of those, he shows up in my comments on my videos and talks shit. So, if you want to be a passive-aggressive a-hole, that's fine. Be a passive-aggressive a-hole, but understand that I will treat you as a passive-aggressive a-hole. So, Nurse Parker, bless you. We love you, homie. You two rock. You're an awesome instrument for Yah's word. Bless you.
Thank you.
Nurse Parker, you are awesome. Thank you. And Angela Cipriano, who's not related to James Cipriano. Oh, they have the same last name, so clearly they're related. They're related. See, I instantly went New Yorker just saying Cipriano. Said, can you tell me what essential oils work for anxiety? No, because none of them work for anxiety per the FDA. However, some of them support certain feelings.
Your emotional needs.
Your emotional needs.
To sequester your anxiety.
There you go. What essential oils support your emotional need to sequester your anxiety?
You've got lavender, Palo Santo,
Stress away.
Stress away,
J2,
peace and
bless you.
calming. One of my favorites whenever I am anxious about something
Valor. Amen.
is Valor and Joy. So both of those are
Oki said
blends.
joy too. Shalom, brother.
And
Xanax root.
but rosemary's good. But essential oils have therapeutic qualities that
Don't do it, Dad.
when you put them on, they get absorbed. So the qualities of that essential oil work, but it's also smell. So whatever you smell, that helps you, whatever smell you enjoy, it's going to be one of those that is automatically going to reduce your anxiety, because that is, smell is a huge,
Trigger.
yeah, a huge trigger. And
I'm triggered.
Oils also go by personality, so it works for one person.
Right. Single malt
Yeah,
scotch,
and-
for sure. Agreed.
I think Oteca is another one. I mean, there's several.
I do Iva and black pepper.
Okaiva?
Iva?
Copaiva? That's not a word.
C-O-P.
Copaiba?
Get Copaiba, that's what I
Copai.
can never say it right.
Copaiba.
Where's Squid? I'll answer that. Squid has his own channel now called Squid Actual, and he is physically
That's the
in
one.
Texas. I am physically not in Texas, which is why we have the channels now Squid Actual and Bear Independent. And so it's no longer Squid and Bear, but the concept of Bear Independent is much deeper than the fact that I am independent of Squid. He's still one of my best friends. I love him to death. He's an awesome guy. It's just not possible for us to make content because we are hundreds of miles away from each other. So, Deb Fogarty, bless you. Thank you. I really...
At YouTube. Like,
Yep. It's more personal.
yes.
It's more laid back. It's more informative to talk about things there without being censored by YouTube. And frankly, I'm far less stressed on Patreon than I am on YouTube. There's days when I just go to live stream on YouTube and it's like going to battle. It's like going to battle. Like it just sets me on edge. Appreciate you, Big Joe. So yeah, Patreon is awesome. That's why we have a Patreon, because and we did not start a Patreon to start an I Love Me channel. We started a Patreon because as the channel grew, we had so many people that contacted us that were like, could you please start a Patreon so that we can support you? And the concept that somebody would want to support us in what we were doing blew me away. And so I said, all right, well, if we're going to do this, we're going to deliver value. And so we did. And we started with Patreon being 100% of those funds being tithed. And then as the channel grew and grew and grew and grew and grew and grew, we use Patreon for operating expenses. Patreon is the economic engine of Bear Nation. It's just a fact. That's what Patreon is. The income from Patreon allows us to run the business that is Bear Independent. And we still tithe out of Patreon. Of course Squid was in the Navy. Why the hell else would I call him Squid? Give that person a cookie. Who was that? Who gets that cookie? Deer Burger. Of course. No, I just decided that he was walking around all tentacly one day, and I was like, someone should call that guy Squid. So.
He had a couple extra arms and legs.
Yeah. Your connection is super choppy.
Try backing out and come back in.
Viking Preparedness mentioned your bear fact today. Boris, I appreciate that. He actually mentioned a week ago on Patreon and then posted that video to YouTube today. But thank you. Mike Morrison, hypothetically, if you're in that Arkansas, Texas homeless area and looking at 60 to 80 acres with multiple water sources and backup power sources, i.e. generators, wind turbines, do you need a bug out location? Yes. Great question. You cannot live at your bug out location. You can bug out to your bug out location, but once you are there, it is no longer your bug out location. The reason that you bug out is to remove yourself from whatever the situation is that is causing you to leave in the first place. And so you can have a little, what really? Bear, are you kin to Pastor Joe Fox? I have been unable to get him to take the DNA test. The reason you bug out is to remove yourself from whatever the situation is, whatever the imminent threat is. And so if you are anywhere, wherever you are, you may need to go somewhere else. No, Kitty, because we don't. So you cannot live at your bug out location. The moment you occupy your bug out location, it's not your bug out location, it's your primary residence. Then you need to have somewhere else to go, which is why we talk about in the prepper classroom spider points and waypoints and the difference between the two so that you can get from where you are to where you need to be. So you always need a bug out location. We live in an awesome place. We live in an awesome place that I don't ever want to leave. But I'm telling you right now, if things get stupid, we will pull stakes here and go somewhere else that quick. That's why bug out locations exist. So, Dominic Patterson, Homony's handwritten bless yous on sales receipts are fun nuggets of joy for my whole family. Seriously, we love you both.
Thank
Dominic,
you.
bless you. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Hava
That's why
Alexander,
I keep
bless
doing
you.
it, because, you know, it is time consuming when we have a ton of orders going
NorCal,
out.
bless you.
And
2100 of field fence.
I've gotten
2100
enough,
foot of field fence.
like, thank
Bless
yous
you.
for doing that.
Thank you.
That I'm like, you know, we're big enough we could probably stop, but I don't want
Don't
to.
tempt
I
me,
enjoy,
ABT.
I enjoy y'all's notes that you put on your orders. Even if it's just saying like, thank you, we love you. And
I'll tell
so
you
that's
what,
my little bit to
for
give
somebody who's like, I don't cry, y'all make Renee cry every day.
back. Yeah.
Every day at the office. Tell
I
him,
had one
Renee.
this morning. I didn't even get to tell you about the one this morning.
Yeah, you
No.
need to tell him. Tell him now.
So we have one of the ladies from women's group who's been having medical struggles.
Uh-huh.
And she's a single mom, and she wanted to get her daughter a copy of the scriptures.
Uh-huh.
And she ordered a copy of the scriptures. She had a bad day. She came home. She found it. She was like, wow, I got bear mail. She opened it up, and they were showing it, and they realized that not only was it a copy of the scriptures, but it was a parallel,
Uh-huh.
which I don't know what it was a parallel with, but it had maybe NIV or something as a parallel. And we realized, we were like, we don't have any parallel copies. Well, somebody had sent us 3 copies of hard covers. We didn't realize they were parallels. Last week when her order came in,
And I ran
we
out
were
of Bibles.
totally out of Bibles.
I was like,
she was like, do you think
well,
it's
I
okay
guess
if
they're
we
gonna
mail
get
these?
these ones.
And we
I know
mailed
who
these.
sent that. That was Double Tapping Hillbilly. Good work, brother.
And so we magically sent her this Bible that was absolutely perfect for her daughter that we didn't even have in the store. And this stuff is every day. There's like this magically through us, you guys end up with something that y'all want you to have
Yup.
that we didn't know we even sent.
Right.
And then when we tell the story, we're like, oh yeah, that was that one thing that came
Yeah.
in, and she wouldn't have gotten it if we hadn't been sold out, and they were sitting on the shelf, like in the corner, like crazy. So cool. Like so incredibly cool.
Amen. That was Double
Okay.
Tapping Hillbilly. He's awesome.
Every day y'all make me cry. I have tissues on my desk now for how much I cry, and I'm not a crier.
He
Yeah.
pulled tissues as soon as he started.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to this.
Yeah,
Pull some
all of a
tissues.
sudden, dude was like, hey, y'all stop, let's listen. And he pulls out a piece of paper. I'm like, here's the tissues.
Thank you for sharing. Oh my goodness. Oofta. I saw somebody said I asked y'all for a Bible and I haven't received it yet. We are back ordered on Bibles right now. We have 240 coming. Then we ordered another 480 after that. And so what's that, 720? And when we first started the Take a Bible, Leave a Bible, People's Truth, bless you. Exactly like the waffle iron. When we first started the Take a Bible, Leave a Bible, because of the cost and because of our revenue, I was concerned about getting 10 Bibles. And y'all are such badasses that y'all just donated and donated and donated and kept donating Bibles and kept donating Bibles. And we have an inventory that we keep of donated Bibles. Well, they're all spent, right? Well, but if somebody else needs one and we have them, we just donate them. Well, we can't keep up with Bibles. I have 720 Bibles on order, and they're already spoken for. Praise the Father. Okay, so I'm sorry you haven't received it yet. Literally, the moment it comes in, we will send it to you. I promise you that. The moment it comes in, we will send it to you.
Yeah, no orders.
John, go,
Like-
bless you.
I get emails every day regarding orders and when is my order gonna ship, When am I gonna get it? Everything. So we're doing our hardest. What we have, we send out ASAP. As soon as we send it out, unless it's like a single sticker that we send in an envelope, you will get an email with a tracking number. I've restructured everything, so unless it's a 1 or 2 sticker order, everything else is getting a tracking number, getting shipped out, and you will get that email confirmation on the email that you provided for your order. So Bear Fat, all the first aid kits are 3 to 5 weeks. We are more at the 5-week mark. And, but no, as soon as it ships, you will get an email.
Yep.
Thank you, Robert. Are you... Who are you? I know you.
I know your name.
I know your name.
It's funny too when you see the names in store and it's like, what about American contingency? Y'all keep asking me that. You'll have an answer when I have one. How's that for an answer? Ashley Storms, I agree. Talk him into it, Ashley. The AVT is a gem, and he needs to use that big burly voice he has for the good of the people, and he knows that. He just needs the encouragement. Who has 2 wives? Not this guy.
No, I'd probably kill the other one.
How much are Bibles, they want to know?
They're 15 plus, I believe it's $5 shipping.
Okay. There you go.
I put a link on
Yeah.
Thoughts on a 40 Smith & Wesson as EDC? Go for it. Whatever works.
Whatever you can get.
Thoughts on SIG's lawsuit about post-upgraded P320s discharging while holstered without trigger pull? I got a guy for that. Stand by. Talk to them.
Mine haven't done it.
Do you need to introduce Wonder Woman? Are we there yet? I mean, they can see.
it's Captain America.
They can
and Wonder Woman.
see a shoulder over here. They can see a little shoulder action.
They could wait.
They can wait. All right,
Unless
that's
they
fine.
really want to, but I'll answer the question first.
Here, I'll get that shoulder out of the picture.
So I'm not really worried about the lawsuit with SIG. I think it's going to really affect their contract with the military. The military might retract that just because of the issues.
Oh, so they might go with Glocks? Okay, just check.
Maybe.
Whatever.
But I mean, man, I didn't get Gen 1 SIGs. I didn't get Gen 1 P320s. I bought brand new out of the box Gen 2s. I didn't get refurbished, remanufactured, whatever improvements made, and I haven't had any issues with a pure Gen 2. So, you know, and here's the thing, like my Gen 2s, they've been in the vehicles, they've been on my person, they've been, you know, under the seat, they've been on the back of the seat, they've been in packs, they've been in every situation that I could possibly think of without legitimately just
Kirk,
dropping
bless you.
one. You know, and it's like, I haven't had any issues with mine. I have yet to have a single malfunction with one of mine.
The internet thinks your friend's shoulder is nice.
It's a nice shoulder.
He's got a
Oh, man. Quads, yo. Quads. Just keep thinking the word quads. I don't need
Stop.
you. So I'm going to say
Nope. I
quads.
give those words some power.
Quads. Quads.
So,
You got nice quads, Yank.
oh
You got
gosh.
nice quads. You don't have to give those words any power. I already gave them all the power. What OTC knife do you carry? The rack. No, I have the RTAC 2, which is massive. It's a hand sword. It's not for carrying. I think the rack looks cool, but I haven't used it. I have extensively carried the RAT 3, and I have a RAT 5 in testing right now. And I don't love the RAT 5. Frankly, it's the hand. the blade shape is a little chunky for me, but the micarta scales are obnoxious, and I have big hands. These are big hands, and if it's big in my hand, it's going to be big in everybody else's hand, and that kind of pisses me off. Psst. You should wave hi.
Hi.
How many cannons do you have?
Enough?
Enough? All the?
All of them?
All of them? Liberty, 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 lib. He's back.
Nothing happened.
Not our knife company, RTAC 2.
Exactly.
Oh, geez. So Submarine just handed me this, which is, what is this? One of those oscillating head toothbrushes?
Yep.
Is that what this is?
Yep.
Mitch is gonna be pissed.
The pokey,
This is not a
pokey
bayonet.
Pokey stabby thing.
Don't let Mitch know. This is not a bayonet. Mitch, earmuffs. Pokey stabby thing. Olean, New York.
Pretty sharp for a factory edge.
Yeah?
So
Liberty, are you
I was
on?
really impressed.
Okay. No, she is.
I like to hunt squirrels like this. And I run to the tree and then I jump with this hand and leverage myself up a tree and then I cut their fuzzy little heads off just like that. And I pop them into my mouth like chicken nuggets.
Chicken nugget. You didn't snap it in.
It's in. Don't judge me, woman.
I know how to do it.
You know how to do it?
Yep.
Show these people how to knife fight with a K-bar, honey.
No.
Here you
It's
go.
okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Tell me about all the things.
No.
Hey, I had a
Go ahead.
fighting
No.
stance lesson.
Go on, Peanut Gallery.
No. I was just saying, you didn't have it clicked all the way in.
It placed the trooper when mounted as a bayonet. Amen.
You can do a lot of things. with
Thou
duct
shalt not
tape.
tickle.
You can do a lot of things with duct tape.
Oh, sorry. There's a shoulder over there. Here you go. Can't do the shoulder.
There's a lot of things with duct tape.
Keep that shoulder away from us.
Quads.
My Mosin came with a bayonet. LOL.
Pretty much all of them do.
Ontario Knife Company makes really good knives. The Rat 3 is awesome. It really is awesome. But that Rat 5, I'm just not there yet. I'll tell you what, here, you talk to them 1 minute. I'm gonna go get a couple of Ontario knives.
What?
You talk to them a minute.
Okay.
What was the one in the giveaway?
Hey, people.
You can make me
Oh,
blush
that was a
again.
Fleming's
Here,
fabrication.
Renee.
Oh, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
You guys liked Wonder Woman?
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Yeah.
I made her.
I made her.
Captain America and
She
Wonder
is
Woman
pretty
are the
wonderful.
same universe.
That's pretty well.
According to it.
You said I made her.
I'm trying to laugh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, that's something. Stuff.
Tell us more about her.
They only look alike.
I've known her for a long time.
Yep. I've known her for like a week. But
pretty
she's
cool.
cool.
She's
Yes.
cool. As I said, she's pretty cool.
Yep.
She's very cool. So yeah, she needs a nickname, like a screen name.
Yeah. So we've got Liberty, Lady Liberty, or Wonder Woman, because my neighbor calls Rod Captain America, which I find very funny.
I take it as a compliment.
Yes.
Captain America, Yankee,
Yeah.
Pirate Man. We have little people that call him Pirate Man.
Does she have all her
Is
permits?
she a prepper?
Yeah.
Is she a prepper? She is now.
Oh, she rocked 4 miles.
She rucked 4 miles yesterday. Yeah.
What's in the
First time
tactical
ever.
tumbler?
Yankees got
red
her
wine.
out there. Rucked,
I'm not
she
doing
rucked
the
4
pickle
miles.
shine tonight.
Somebody said, "When's the wedding? Is Yankee wearing too much cologne?" The internet.
It's the roast of Yankee survival on Bears live stream tonight.
You get all up in
You'll
your
get
business.
thick skin, man.
I like Liberty. I think Liberty's cute with
Yeah.
Yankee.
You just
Yeah. They're like too cute, y'all. Like too
sassy
cute.
shoulders. That's
Somebody asked
That's
us
fine.
what weepon light on a
Of
Glock.
course, I'll
Go.
teach you. I'll teach you.
So that would be any light that is bright and is easy to access the little on-offy button. And the strobe option is a
Y'all,
plus.
If you could see Bear's face right now, and she says the on-offy button, he was like,
It's the face he was making in Liberty.
So the strobe light option is nice because it can confuse your
Children.
victim,
Your victims. The
well, I mean,
assailant.
like, if you're pointing your strobe lighty, flashy lighty thing, you're probably gonna shoot him. So at that point, they are the victim.
okay,
You
he's
are-
dying.
you are-
Behind the camera, he is dying, y'all. This is
You're
awesome.
not teaching this part of the
Yeah,
block of
this is
instruction.
what happens when you ask Hami tactical questions.
What?
Yeah.
What did I
On
miss?
a Glock.
What light on a Glock?
TLR1HL.
There you go.
The flashy lighty thingy. with the
Negative.
button.
The super bright
TLR1HL.
thing.
Oofda. All right.
The one where you could reach the button thingy. The on-offy button. Somebody said, how about doodle?
Oh, man.
Children.
All right. So, this is the Rat 3.
Oh my,
And-
dude, I'm getting so many text messages right now about what is going. They're like,
Welcome
what?
to my world. And this is the Rat 5. So what I was hoping for with this was a slightly larger version of this. But the Rat 5 is not
It's a much larger.
the Rat 3. And so, well, inset review here. This started out, the handle color started out as that. As you can see, it's been used a little bit. Just
Got a lot of grime.
a little bit
A lot of bear grease.
from these right here. It comes with this it's not Kydex, it's plastic sheath, but it does have a tech lock on the back, and I carried this in Ranger carry at the small of the back. And as you can see, it is well used. It has been very well used, but I love this knife because the handle is narrow. It has this great choil right here, so you can choke up on it if you need to for carving in either direction. You can also hold it because of the choil like this and have the ability to cut, to hook, and have an impact here. So you can stick that in the side of things. You can grab and hold like so, and you can still slash. Big fan of that. It's got a little lanyard hole at the bottom. As you can see, it's full tang. And it was partially serrated, but it's been sharpened so many times that the serrations are more like suggestions now. But that's the Ontario Rat 3. Great little knife. I mean, just great. Combined with this sheath, it's a great little combo. And I love it. I love it. And so what I was hoping for was that the Rat 5 was a 5-inch version of this. Instead, the sheath that you get with the Rat 5 is this like super cheap Chinesium. I mean, just look at the coarseness of the webbing, the coarseness of the fabric. It's not great, but Ontario is not known for their sheaths. So while this is a great sheath that comes with a great knife, I forgive Ontario because it's maybe, I actually have a SEMA versus Rat 3 review at this channel. This is maybe the only Ontario knife that I know of that comes with a decent sheath. This not so much, but we'll live with it. This is the Rat 3. And a couple of observations. It's definitely big enough. You still have the ability for impact here. and impact here like so. You can still hook, you can still slash, you can do all of that. There is a choil if you need to choke up a little bit, but it's just a much larger blade. Got a lanyard hole, it's pointed on the bottom. That's for breaking glass, Bear. Whatever you guys want to do, whatever. The jimping on the back here is good, but it's not great. I don't know if you can see, but they're kind of, the angle is kind of softened on that versus this knife, which has all the wear in the world, including on the jimping, that there's like straight metal showing through on the jimping here, and it's still super aggressive. So this is like a total win. But here's the difference, the real difference here. Look at the width of these handle scales versus the width of these handle scales. You see the difference?
That one's like a wood splitting knife.
I know.
I'd have that back in the woods chopping wood.
But if the jimping, for those who are very confused, are the little tiny serrations on the top of the knife that gives your thumb a place to go. Concrete, it might, man, and it fits mine. It's not like it's, I mean, here's it in my hand, but it has all the hot spots. It has all the hot spots, man, because these scales are just completely flat. Like if they'd spent some time, or if you spend some time with a file profiling these scales, it'd be great. But look at just the thickness of the handle scales. I mean, there you go. Excuse me? What's up, Peanut Gallery?
They want to know if when you're done that Hami can then explain the knife thingy to the lady.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Hami will speak lady knife to you here in a moment. But I don't love the handle scales on this thing, for sure. I would probably, honestly, like if I was gonna press this thing into service, I'm going to be working on these scales a lot. The knife is the knife. It's a 1/4 inch thick piece of steel that's been sharpened. Awesome. But it's not one of these. I wish that this knife was a bigger version of this, because this thing in form factor and weight and profile is just awesome. And as you can see, I have used the ever-loving crap out of this knife, and I love it, and it is literally strapped to the chest rig that I run with my AK right now. So, hey, the internet thinks your girl's pretty.
Thank you, internet. I do too.
All right, honey, are you going to explain the stabby things to the people?
Ashley
Pointy
Stark
stabby
wants to know
things.
if we can glue an Ani up button on it.
We probably could.
Go ahead, tell them about the stabby things.
Okay, the stabby things are sharp. So
Good place to start.
so be careful. Women's view. So this is more dainty. This fits my hand.
Dainty.
Dainty.
Okay.
It's a tactical dainty knife.
Okay, that's the Rat 3.
That's the Rat 3.
You should really be careful passing them in between hands while drinking. I just don't want you to cut
No,
yourself.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, so this is like,
Too big.
yeah, this is too big. Like, look at this.
So size does matter.
Size does matter, yes.
And that's too much.
That's too much. And then, like, see, I got a good grip on that
How's
one.
the jimping on that?
You mean the roughy thing? So like, this is the roughy. That's for your thumb. Your thumb.
Your
So-
thumb?
your thumb.
For your
Your
thumb?
thumb, so your thumb don't slip. So the roughy thing is rough. It's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Let's see about this one. So this one's like more up. Like I gotta like protrude my thumb upwards.
You gotta reach for it?
Yeah, I gotta reach for
It's
it.
because it's bigger.
And then it's not comfy.
Mm.
So But I mean, the roughie is rough. It's still, it's still all
Killing
right.
me, woman.
And then, like, I would say, like, this is a good, like, kidney stabber. And, like, this is, like, you want to get deep in the bowels and remove some stuff.
Do we need to sit you down and have a talk with you? Do I need to call ABT right now and be like, please, sir, come help me?
These reviews are awesome.
Yes. I should do this professionally, y'all.
Yeah.
You have a channel for that.
I know.
Yeah, no
Somebody earlier
shit.
said I just suck, but I'd love to see some content.
Right. We'll do the women's tactical knifey things at the channel, and I'll give you all the women terms of the tactical gear that your husband's buying.
Thank you so much.
But no, like, in all realness, like, this is much more of like an everyday carry. Somebody's coming at me and I need to defend myself. This would probably be more, like I said, like, if I'm in the woods and I needed to, like, split some wood, I would probably use this because heavier knives are better for that. And, but it is big. Like, it's big and bulky, and I would not use this every day.
Me either, frankly.
We need a new series, Tactical Training.
All right.
So there's your input, ladies.
And which sheath do you like more? Give me these without destroying me.
Okay. So
Just practicality.
sheath-wise, I would go with this one
Okay.
because, like, in your everyday carry type of thing, this hanging on my belt, like, let's see, can y'all see this? So you see how far down that thing goes? So if I go to get in my car, I'm gonna stab my seat. And then my air-conditioned seats probably wouldn't work anymore, and I'd be sad because it's 100 degrees outside, and I love those things.
I'm so glad you have air-conditioned seats.
Yeah. That's what happens when you buy an Abe.
I know. Okay. Thank you
Yeah,
for
there you
your
go.
input, babe. That was precious. The internet loves you.
Yeah, but yeah, I would choose that one for
The Ontario
everyday
rat-free.
carry. And I like the fact that it can be set. Like, I like the sideways versus the uppy-downy.
That's called Ranger carry.
Yeah, uppy-downy is no good. Sideways is better.
They would like a stabby thing shirt.
Whatever you're into, babe.
Yeah, we should do a stabby thing shirt. That would be...
Don't encourage.
Yes, that's possible, not one more inch. It's possible. Something that we've talked about, but is not guaranteed at this time. Frankly, nothing's guaranteed at this time. But I appreciate you. Can't take her anywhere for sure. Everyday kidney stabber.
That is a good kidney knife. I mean, that would get, like, right in there. Or, like, jug. Like,
Cut a chicken's head off with that
In
thing.
the jug.
yeah. The jug stabby thing.
For
Women's Wednesday stabby thing.
for real though, it's a great little knife. As you can see, it has been very heavily used, and my intent is to make the other one look like this one before I render a verdict on it. But suffice it to say, I'm a big fan of this for sure. I've used the hell out of this knife, and it's, you know, yay big. So somebody asked about the Gerber strong arm. I have that on my plate carrier. It's a good knife. It's thick, not like THICC, like apparently is how you refer to women these days. It's thick, almost obnoxiously thick. So Ani, offie, uppy, downy. Oh, Earl's daughter, we missed you this past week.
I know. Come back. Come. Bring everybody. Just come.
We got
Yeah.
lots of kids here.
Yeah, for real though. Bring everybody. Stabby seminars.
You're gonna start the teachable C training, and I'm gonna start the homie stabby thing.
We're gonna need it with you wielding knives around. Like, so Hami's knife class is at 9.
Distancing is required.
T Triple C starts at 11. Try not to bleed out until then.
Yeah.
At least we have all the first aid equipment we
Up
need.
right. Ah. I mean, you can like, you can
Mine looks
see.
more like Psycho. Like you're just like ah.
You can see I've beaten the end quite a bit. Whatever. You're so good at being psycho, honey. Good
I am.
job. Hobby Stabby Academy.
Okay, Renee?
No, Renee's crying again. She's doing that thing she doesn't do.
What can I use to try and keep chicken snakes away from
don't
the
know
coop
what I
besides a
missed.
gun or a knife? A cat, a dog,
What is this?
Pellet
Battle
gun?
lizards. Battle
Yeah.
lizards.
Put on your wrap.
But yeah, if I find it, like if I find them out on property, they can live another day. If I find them in my coop, they're dead. So, because even once you remove, unless you like way remove them,
Relocate them.
yeah, they're gonna come back. They're gonna find the eggs again,
Shanky.
and
I like that. I'm
they'll
putting
be
these up. I'll
bigger
be right back.
this time. So. Sorry about the AC seats. I didn't even know it was a thing until I got paid. So,
What?
y'all, all the comments. I can't read this fast.
So I said, what happened to Renee? I'm here.
She's here. She's over here.
Just laughing to her.
She's
I
hiding.
was laughing till I was crying because off camera she's like all the stabby things, and then y'all make me laugh because I'm reading this while I'm listening to them, and it's the whole thing.
Yes. Yeah, have some tactical chickens. They work. Or just mean roosters or mean
ABT,
broody
you
hens.
should totally do that.
What?
I know that T's answer would be yes, ABT.
What?
Should he plan a day before or a day after TCC to have some bourbon?
Yes.
Would they-
Probably.
Would they be drinking with
Hey, Amanda. Yeah, we have a women's group Wednesday tomorrow. Right? Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yes, that's tomorrow. Yeah.
Maybe it'll be like, we all want to die Wednesday with Hami.
Any
Tomorrow.
advice about what knife for a broad knife? No, because my tatas ain't that big.
No, I have the
can't
Gerber,
hide.
the little Gerber. I don't have it. I have a little Gerber.
Like the little hooky one.
Yeah.
It's got a little hook on it. It's great. It's a little Gerber. It has like
Yeah.
the design. It's like cutout. It's like cutout on the side. What's that one called? Hey, Yankee, can you look that thing up on Amazon? Anyway, it's a little Gerber folding one. It fits perfectly in my bra. I would like to whip
Yeah.
that thing out and show Bear, and he just laughs because it's only like 3 inches long or something. It's really. Hey, what's my Gerber knife called?
A knife?
No, you know all the T5, 7, 8, 27 things.
Gerber Para Mini.
That's it.
That's the one.
There you go.
It's awesome.
Internet knows.
If you need a bra knife, it's the Gerber Para Mini.
I like
Yeah.
to use this for my bra knife.
That's more like your britches knife.
Oh snap!
Is that a machete in your pants, or are you just waiting?
Is that an Ontario R-Tac 2 in your pants? Or are you just trying to baton some wood?
Everyone's been.
Yeah, that's my wood choppy knife.
This is, watch your nose, I like it, I don't want to cut it off. This is a significantly large knife, AKA a hand sword This is the Ontario RTAC 2. And again, as you can see, used and abused, not just talked about. We have 2 of these, and they're tremendous. Would you agree?
Yes. I love the RTAC too.
Yeah, you have one as well.
Yes. And that's my wood. That's my wood splitty knife.
Wood splitting knife.
Yeah. So when we first moved to property, and
Oh, Doug, so
we
true.
were living at the house that's my grandmother's for like a month or 2 while we were waiting on ours to close. And my grandmother has strictly wood heat. And we got here in what, like February? End of February?
Something like that.
Yeah. And the house had been like completely vacant before, so there was like no firewood, no nothing. But her house is right next to the woods. So I would go out every day with the RTAC 2 and like chop and dice and split, and I made all of our firewood to keep us warm at night with the RTAC 2.
Sure
so that's
did.
like, that's my woodsy knife.
It's a
I like
great
that
knife.
It's big. And the like handle thingy on it is probably about the same size as that other one.
It is,
Wouldn't
but
you
it's
say?
a significantly larger knife for the same handle size.
And this has no like grippy thing on it.
Jimping.
Yeah.
No
It has no
jimping.
grippies. But it's a good, but it has more of this thing. What's this thing called? The curvy hand holdy thing.
That's just the grip.
Oh, okay.
This part here is called a choil.
Okay. Yeah, I don't use that. I use this.
Oh, somebody said
On
that a
this
bunch on here. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
Choil?
Choil, yeah.
Yep.
But
But
yeah,
it also
this is
has
a
a
good knife.
lanyard on it,
It also has a lanyard on it.
because if you're going to use it for chopping, that's
Right.
good, because you don't want that knife flying across the way and sticking into Forrest's
Yeah.
forehead or something like that.
Just don't swing your arms like a big gorilla while you're walking through the woods with this thing hanging on your wrist, or you might lose a leg and then you're stuck.
So the
You're
people-
dying,
You're dying.
which
in
is
the
why you
woods.
should take TCCC class.
Yes. So here's the thick handle. There's a super thick handle.
Right.
The people have spoken and they would like a dual live stream or a guest on the live stream of ABT. If he ever
I'd love to do it.
comes here.
I'd love to do it. He's invited. He has an open invite.
Maybe come to TCCC.
Yeah.
TCCC.
It's coming to what? That thing?
Yeah.
That thing that only patrons know about right now? He's only doing that?
So this is like a through ya knife.
Oh yeah, that's in
Like-
your back and out your belly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like cutting off appendages. That's what this knife does.
Drinks with buzzed with bear?
This is dismantling a body knife.
That's not
Like if
officially on
you're,
the calendar
if you're
yet.
going like full on like Dexter,
It's a robust
that's what
compost
this knife is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. I'll be there. IFAX.
What about him?
I don't know. And then tell them that you don't know what this is. Tell them your opinion on this one.
Oh.
I like your like completely unschooled approach to knife reviews.
It's my unschooled approach to all things tactical because I don't listen. I
She
just
doesn't watch the channel.
yeah.
Can somebody
I
just
don't
please-
watch Barry, y'all. Like I live with him every day, so I don't need to watch him. And so
You know what's great though?
he
is
comes home.
You can just automatically assume that everything we have is the right stuff.
Yes. But
Thank
he'll come
you.
home and tell me about like what he talked about or like
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna do-
conversation
'cause I
and
do.
yeah, and
She just-
Renee does.
she
Yeah,
does a
she
life
watches
lesson
him,
here.
and I'm
They don't
like,
care.
I have no idea what you're talking
They
about
pretend they care.
because
They don't care.
I don't watch.
That's so nice, honey.
She doesn't watch it.
And then I got a new knife, and it's like, mm-hmm. Is there any
So-
propane so we can cook dinner? No.
So this is the one he gave me. It's a Gerber. It's a Gerber. I don't know much else. Gerber.
Like you buy them a knife.
It's a strong arm.
It's a strong arm. which you don't need to hold this knife.
Okay.
Hey, see,
It's not heavy. It's very lightweight. It's got like a plastic key, like ribbing
Oh yeah.
on it
That's what they're for.
for. I don't think it would be for her pleasure because it's not really comfortable. Like if I was doing like I could see it.
It's not real.
I think Renee is peeing and crying at the same time. I'm not entirely sure what's going on over there.
The bumpies on it I could see like hurting my hand with continuous use. Like unless I was wearing gloves
Okay.
or something.
Whatever you're into, babe.
But yeah, I don't like. You see it? You see that ribbing?
They want to know if that's the kidney stabber.
This is like an in between, like a disboweler kidney. Yeah.
A disboweler? Your handgun teacher is going to be so upset with you.
SK?
SK. A disboweler.
A disboweler.
Disemboweler.
Disemboweler. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Hugh just joined. I'll say hi to the
But yeah.
Hugh.
What's
Hi,
up,
Hugh.
you?
Yeah. But in the like thumb grippy thing, it's not as great. It's not as grand, and it has no chinking.
Jimping. Chinking is what goes in between logs on a cabin.
No, what? Jimping? Jipping?
Jimping.
Jimping.
Like Jim. Like imagine there's an Asian guy named Jim.
Right.
Jim Ping.
Jimping.
Hello, my name is Jim
What
Ping.
was the bottom part?
What?
The bottom part.
That's called a pommel.
No, it had a C.
No, that's the choil. The choil,
The
is,
choil
is right
on
here.
the underside, which it
Yeah,
does not
that
have a
one
choil
does not
either.
have a choil.
I'm
Correct.
so good.
But you know, it's got like this flare, like this this sword flare. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it's like the old timey swords. That's like what they have. Which I mean, it holds nice,
Don't eat the chicken,
but
people.
I don't like it as much. Like
I feel like that's gonna end up in my eye. If you
this
keep
is
doing
like
that.
a full on like fist.
Hugh, you're like 12 deep,
for
bro.
me. And
Just grab the bottle and do a 12 pour down your throat, and you'll be caught up.
Yeah, it's all right. Not super stoked.
So,
Thanks.
Sam, get back.
in light of all the knives that you've handled thus far this evening,
Right.
which would you say you prefer?
So like this one, I already told you, like this is one of my faves.
We're good.
Andrew the AR next.
And this is the big one.
Like that you're not trying to eat your butt.
This is the biggest of the bunch.
Uh-huh.
You know, go big or go home. Right. Yeah, this guy is big.
Thank you. Thank you for telling the internet that.
Like the bigger knife?
No, this is just like
Oh, knives we're
not like
talking
everyday
about.
carry. Like, can you
Oh.
imagine carrying this thing? Like, this is like the size of my thigh. It is. Like, look. It's
Yeah.
like 3 inches short of like hip to knee. So I would not carry this every day. Like I said, this is my like in the woods, hatchy, choppy, make firewoody.
What if you were a Viking warrior? Would you carry that?
No.
Let's
Well, I
say
mean,
like
maybe.
let's
I
say
don't
it's full blown Mad Max,
put this
and
one
we're
up. I'm
we're
gonna-
all carrying around with long guns or walking around with long guns, and
Is that like a rifle?
yeah,
Okay.
and everybody has knives on their hips, and it's like day-to-day survival. Would you carry that knife if you had to like chop somebody's skull in with it? Like imagine we lived in the dystopian future that Canadian Prepper talks about in his videos to get sheeple to click on his products.
If you're in the city, no. Like, this is a wood choppy knifey. Like, that's what
Okay.
this or in,
Not a kidney
or like
stopper.
a, you know, cutting up a body. You know, if you need to cut somebody in half, this is what you would use.
You're scaring Liberty. She's like, what kind of cult did I get into? What's going
Well,
on?
no, I
over
mean, think about it. Like, that's like the size of your thigh. So this would make quick work of.
He's the one that moved away.
Ashley's figured out too
I've just
much.
been living in my Jeep, man.
Whereas all the little ones, you're gonna have to like saw and hack, and
Right.
it'll be way messier.
Okay.
No,
So that's your go-to?
for the woods
Okay.
or disemboweling somebody,
For everyday carry,
it would be the little one.
the Rat 3.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Give me these.
Yeah, take your knives.
New
You're the
drinking
one that
game.
keeps handing
Every
them
time
to
Mommy
me.
makes an inappropriate joke, we do a shot.
And we all
Y'all
died of alcohol
wasted.
poisoning.
Let me tell you, like I hold a lot back being on camera.
Why is everybody laying on the ground?
Keep going, keep going. There you go.
Every time Mommy makes a shot, we do an inappropriate joke.
Hi guys.
Hey, what's up? You guys are awesome.
Aren't they cute?
Anyway, hey guys. They were asking. I only do what the people request.
Yeah.
We need to make the people happy.
Right. Yes.
Everyday carry kitchen shears.
Kitchen shears are great. Yes. Especially like I've got these big long. Like I've got
It's
it's
like
like
kitchen. Okay. Can y'all see?
Well, no.
She's like kitchen shears. Like
yeah.
this.
I've got like a set of like 3 scissors, and I think that they're meant for
Hey,
like
crazy Canuck, I'm right here.
He wants to know how he managed to get that.
I think they're meant for like sewing, but
Chops.
they have like varying
Punch chops.
scissor blades on them from like this long to like this long to like this long,
Every time.
and yeah, they're in my kitchen drawer. Like I would grab those probably over I'd grab a knife.
They're thick too.
Yeah.
Because you can double them up. You could split them. You can
Yeah.
spread them.
And it's
You
good
can
hand
slash
hold
with
yeah.
them. They're open. Like
Right.
we can do
Yeah,
all
you
the
could
things.
spread them and just like go for the throat and just like totally
Edward
decapitate somebody.
Scissorhands. Like, we got some things here. Yeah.
When do
Sunday,
ladies
Gunday.
wear Hawaiian shirts? Never.
The ladies, we don't wear the Hawaiian shirts. We're gonna wear
No.
the tactical chicken hats.
Yeah, we'll wear the
Essential
tactical
oils for-
chicken hat and shirts. Like I gotta
We
work
have
on
shirts. What'd you say? Essential
Baby
oils for what?
chicks.
Eczema?
Oh my gosh.
the oils for eczema. Yeah, I saw that.
I would start with just coconut. Like rub yourself down with some
See,
coconut and
Aspen
olive and-
coconut inflamed her,
Well, coconut can be drying on some people's skin. It depends
Yeah.
on the skin type.
and so like with her, I just went with straight lavender oil,
Lavender heals everything.
and geranium, I think, and like I would just because she would break out in like these super. She'd get them in her elbows and like on her belly, like where she had her little belly folds, and
When they're little, everything just kind of inflames there.
Yeah.
Like you just need to just put the information down.
but anything good for like
oh, and goats and
skincare.
hose. Yeah, we totally love the goats and hose shirts.
Anything good for skincare. Frankincense,
A
geranium,
little rose.
rose, helichrysum. Some of those for kids, like you do need to dilute, and sometimes olive oil is kind of like one of the safest.
Yeah, because it's not
Bets
almond.
for
Some people are
kids.
allergic
Yeah.
to almond. Coconut can be drying, but olive oil straight out of your kitchen, like, or
Yeah.
get you an extra bottle to have in the bathroom, like, or
Get you like Walmart has like the little like dollar little squirt bottles
for home
like the
bursts. We
travel
used to grab just like
size.
a little like 4-ounce one.
Yeah.
To have around.
Yep. Toddler or babies have belly folds. Why are you handing me the K-bar again?
Oh, there's another knife.
What's your opinion on that one?
Oh my goodness, y'all.
Just
Another homie knife review.
the world is enjoying your ridiculous knife reviews.
We're
So,
Liberty Less Yankee. Come on.
welcome to my world, bro. Well, show it to him.
Oh, well, I'm going to. Okay, so this is the K-bar that Yankee painted all tactically.
Uh-huh.
It didn't come this way, y'all. This is a custom
It
paint.
didn't come that way.
No,
Wow.
this is custom color.
Ashley loves jojoba oil. That's a ridiculous name. Who's
Yeah,
jojoba
it's really good
oil?
for skincare too.
Isn't
What?
it jojoba?
I don't know.
It's like I say.
I say
copaiba.
jojoba.
Like I say copaiba.
Yeah. Okay, so if this is on me, yeah, I
Uh-huh.
guess it's easy enough. I was gonna say like
Yeah,
holding it, like you gotta like hold up here to yank it out, but wearing it would be a different thing. So this, the ribbing on this is better. This isn't gonna chafe your hand, and but like I don't like this stop. Like again, like if I'm stabbing somebody, where I'm like full fisting.
Take a shot. That's the game.
Hold on, drink.
Wait, did you just say what I think you said?
You definitely said it.
From full fist, I was gonna say how I was full fisting somebody.
Oh my gosh, you almost made wine come out of my nose.
I didn't get that
Keep it
far.
PG, there's children here.
Where?
Y'all turn it into what it's not. Okay, so if I had like full fist on the knife, that's one thing because it kind of acts as like a hand stop. Like y'all see what I'm talking about? This thing, this
Yeah,
bar.
that's literally what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what
Okay,
it's called?
Yeah?
but like doing the thing, like you can't, like y'all see, like you
Yeah,
don't
you can't
have-
choke up on
Yeah,
it.
you can't do the thumb things.
Liberty, you're doing.
There's no thumb play with this knife.
That's it, you're in the
It's
cult
just fisting. Like that's all you can do.
Getting trained
So
about Nike Viking.
this is good. Like,
Like, we
if,
need a joint live stream with you and Voda Tactical.
if
Remember
you're
that guy?
She's better than voted.
if you're defending, this
Uh-huh.
is good. Like this is the ultimate like super stabby knife.
So they give those to Marines. Do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea?
I can see that
Okay.
because they do stabby things
Uh-huh.
And they have like bigger hands.
and they have bigger hands. Yeah, but even the hand grip, like that's not bad. That's not bad.
He's a good supplement.
Tavar?
So
He's a good dude.
I like this. It's not like a woodsy knife though. Don't take this out in the woods and expect to split your wood.
You're not going to make a shelter with that thing?
No, this is not bushcrafting knife. You might could use it as that, but it would be uncomfortable.
Good review, babe.
Thanks.
All right. Let's,
But it is
Okay.
camouflaged as such.
well, it didn't come that way.
I know.
So,
Custom paint job.
That was the FDE base model that I just painted over. Krylon. Just so y'all know.
thanks, Yank.
No problem.
Just a live stream with Hami and alcohol, period. Okay.
We can do that, y'all.
A new
Actually,
take
I
on
think she's
fist
actually trying to
fighting.
be clean. And that's what's so funny.
Yeah,
Yes. I'm monitoring myself.
she's definitely trying to police herself. Earl's daughter just spit coffee on her computer.
How long have you rehearsed?
Oh my gosh. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking red table wine.
Post red table wine is what we're drinking.
Wives with
And this is only my second cup, y'all. So, like, I'm really not.
Oh, that thing's beeping? Hey, your eggs are done.
Oh, no, they're not done. They're
I know.
just slow.
You make your own wine.
I have.
Yes, we've made our own wine before. It's not like we don't do it every day, but yes, we've certainly done it. She should have a show. She has a channel. She just doesn't use it for anything. But we tried to encourage her to use it for something. So I'll tell her.
Gosh, they keep us till midnight as it is.
What?
Women's group, she said she'd go on after women's group. I'm like, they keep us up till midnight as it is.
Oh, yeah.
Women's group's awesome. Talk about laughter.
You recommend upgrading BCG as a standard upgrade. That depends on the BCG. I got a BCG from Bolt Carrier Group for those others who don't know. I got a BCG from Midway back in the day. They were standard M16 BCG, and it's a piece of garbage, man. It's just a piece of garbage. I've tried it in several different guns. It's not the timing of the barrel. It's just a piece of garbage. So, that being said, I've gotten several bolt carrier groups from other Homies Heinous Sniper reviews like that. I have nickel boron in a couple of guns. I have FDE coated in a couple of guns. I have that whatever Tennifer coated, the black coated in a couple of guns. It all works fine. Oregon Berry, we always have IFAKs handy, bro. I mean, you see the way my wife handles knives. I gotta point that light somewhere other than just like tilt it like straight up, por favor. Or yeah, that's good. There you go. Point it at the wall, then we'll get the bounce. There you go.
Yeah. It's like
Look
a
at
soft
you.
blow.
Yeah. You're batting 1,000 tonight. Thank you. Renee's doing a victory dance. Who's the young lady with Yankee? Her name is Liberty. And I'll let him tell you about her at some other point. So.
You gotta go subscribe.
Bew. So does the medic does the medic carry the load, or do you spread supplies? You spread supplies. The medic carries probably 70%, 30% gets distributed amongst everybody else. And that 30% of the total 100 is going to be pretty much redundancy, fluids, things like that. And then, of course, everybody's running their own IFAK. So, no, I can't see all the comments, y'all. I mean, I appreciate when there's hundreds of people here. It's just, the comments fly by, y'all. So I apologize if I don't get you the first time, second time, or 42nd time. It's just, it's kind of a crapshoot. I see what I see. So, but yeah, distributed for sure. Also, there's power in that if something terrible happens to one person, not all of your eggs are in one basket. So, and ideally, if we're going like squad size kind of stuff, we want at least 2 people that know how to do the medic type things, right? So we really want to have that stuff distributed predominantly amongst those 2 people. Does it count as a proposal when Liberty says, or when Yankee says, give me liberty or give me death? I'm gonna go with yes. So.
Y'all know me way too well.
He's all over here like, give me liberty. And she just showed up and was like, thanks.
That was interesting.
Now, can you give me a cabin?
I gotta get the cabin first before the cannon now.
Double wedding, maybe. I don't know. All I can tell you is Sukkot is intense.
Go to Sanctified Supply Co.
Sanctified Supply Co. That's right. My goodness. The comments just fly.
Yeah, dude, they're just.
Ooh, I
Bew,
can't
bew,
remember
yep.
the wedding gift.
Don't even. Aaron Martin, shalom, brother.
Back at 'em.
Right.
No, there will be none of that. There will be none of that. No cannons as wedding gifts. Shalom, people's truth. James Budd is here. Yeah, is always awesome. How about a Springfield 45 for an EDC? Joseph, I'll answer that with this. I don't care what you EDC as long as you EDC it and you know how to use it. That you practice
Use
with
it
it
well.
and you know how to employ that weapon with accuracy and extreme haste when needed. The specifics.
I've actually shot a Springfield, and I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the XD40.
Are you back on reviewing?
No.
Okay,
no.
you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I've just shot one before,
Uh-huh.
and it was a nice handgun to shoot.
I think they're actually made in Croatia. They're good guns.
Yeah.
I don't like them because my hands, but
Right.
they're not for me. But the point here is
Yeah, go ahead.
what it matters less what you use. It matters more that you use it. I'll give you an example. People ask all the time about how should I set up my AR, what sling should I use, what optic, what this, what that. Here's the deal.
Babies are crying because Yankees left the market.
It's all about, you need 4 things. I talked about this on Patreon recently. You need a way to hold it, a way to aim it, a way to retain it, and sights, sling, and a light, and a weapons light, a way to illuminate your target. That's what you need. How you solve those 4 problems are entirely up to you. On for example, 2 completely different guns. On one I have a vertical foregrip, on the other I have an angled foregrip. Both of those things allow me to reach out and hold the gun. On one gun, I have a dot sight. On another gun, I have a low power variable optic. Both are ARs, both are 16-inch barrels. Doesn't matter. Either way, I'm solving that problem. On one, I have just a regular 2-point sling. On another, I have a 2-point quick sling with QD cups. Doesn't matter. I have a way to retain that gun. If I have to go from this to this, I can do that. And then on one, I've got an Olight Odin, 1500 lumens, pressure switch, the whole 9. On the other, I've got an M&P, Smith & Wesson M&P light that was sent to me by a brother. Thank you, brother. That's mounted on the front end of the gun. That's like 500 lumens. Doesn't matter. It's just about solving those 4 problems. How do you hold the gun? How do you retain the gun? How do you aim the gun? How do you light up the target? Those 4 problems. It matters far less the particulars about how I do it, because how I do it is all a matter of preference, and it literally varies from gun to gun. It matters far less how I do it than it does that you figure out how to solve those problems. And I'm aware that to a certain extent, people like y'all depend on people like me who have those different platforms and have experiences with the aim point versus the EOTech versus the Hollow Sun versus the Sig Romeo 5 versus the Vortex versus the primary arms versus all that for an informed decision so that you're not wasting your money. But for me, the joy is in figuring out, I really like this thing. This thing's a piece of junk. Get rid of it, because now I know it here. And that's much more valuable than just knowing it here. So that's part of why I encourage y'all to go do the things, to learn it with your hands. Because the way that I solve those problems is going to be different than the way that you might solve those problems. And the way that I solve those problems per platform varies greatly. I have everything from iron sights to a 4-14 on my carbines. I have everything from no front grip to a hand stop to an angled grip to a vertical grip to a bipod on the front of my carbines. I have everything from a 400 lumen light to a 2000 lumen light on the front of my carbines. I have everything from a traditional 2-point sling to the single point ultra tactical cool guy sling on my carbines. So it depends. What do I think about this gun as an EDC? It don't matter what I think. What matters is that you know how to use it. That's what matters. So, yeah, tell them, babe. Tell them.
I like the bipod thing.
You like the bipod
I
thing?
know what that is. It's the 2 legs
Yep.
at the front
So true.
that sit on a surface.
Correct.
To help you hold this gun steady.
Yep. Cassie's
what
here.
that is.
Shalom, Cassie.
Hi, Cassie. And I like the super brighty thing.
And the super brighty thing.
Yeah.
The light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That has the on-off at the back, like so I can.
You
just
like the
thumb it.
push button?
Yeah.
More than the pressure switch?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because that way, like, I know, like, I can feel that, like, I put it on, I don't know. It's like some weird justification.
Ken, bless you. Andrew, could you do a whiteboard for feasts? Yes. Yes. Bear, have you looked at Olight at all?
Yeah, we have a lot.
We have several Olights.
And I like them. Like, I use one as like my chicken candling light because it's super
the
bright.
honey off you button.
That's what it is, y'all. Like, if you haven't been here long enough to understand that Hami has her own dictionary that I pull words from, then you haven't been here long enough, because that's how it works. I'm
True.
not so good with the words like this guy, and so I just make up my own.
You heard it here.
Yep.
She has admitted it.
And it all makes sense in this head. So I'm glad y'all get it.
The problem with that big Olight that you use for candling eggs is that it will cook them if you leave it there
if it's
long
on, like,
enough.
the super high bright, but like on like the...
I speak Amish.
Yes. If it's on like the next tier down from like the super high bright, because on super high bright, like it gets hot.
Yeah.
Within a couple of minutes of holding it. But candling eggs, like I use the super high bright if I have like a super brown or green egg, because those are hard to see. But I like it. I like that light a lot for my candling.
So much
chicken
light, the best
Yeah.
light.
It's just kind of like my farm light, because like if
Shalom,
Sam's
Aaron
barking at
Martin.
something and I need to be able to see like what he's at, I can turn it on super high bright, and
Sheepdog, bless you.
it shines through the trees and lights up critters' eyes. And
Yeah, it's a secret too, Logan. It is a secret too. It is massive. It's great, man. Actually, Mexico didn't pay for it. I was given it by a brother in compensation for some work that I did. So, Yahweh is the most powerful. Amen. Jared, bless you. I love the fact that we're 2 hours into this hot mess and you people are still watching this train wreck. You guys are awesome.
They're having a blast.
Went down a subscriber as we sit here. AVT, I'm telling you, man, they're terrible. YouTube. You know, AVT, that might be a good video for you to do, to talk about just the realities of what your expectations were as far as producing content and what the reality is. It's absurd. I don't think most people realize it, and I try not to harp on it because there's enough people bitching and complaining about it already, and I don't want to be lumped in with a group of special snowflakes. But it's literally doing battle most days. It's like I have somebody on my team that a significant portion of their job is to do battle with YouTube every day. Every day. And then that, like, it pisses me off when people are like, well, you're just trying to war profiteer and earn clicks to earn the money. And it's like, well, a-hole, how do you think the content magically appears on your screen? Like, it takes people and time and effort and costs and like, frankly, it's a business. We try not to treat it as a business, but that's what it takes. And gosh, it's just so obnoxious. It's obnoxious doing business with YouTube, and it's obnoxious trying to explain that it's a business to people that don't know anything about business. And I just want the content to appear on my phone without you talking all those businessy things. Roger that, Jethro. Good luck. Have fun with that. While you're eating possum soup, you can tell me all the businessy things that you know. And we'll be over here trying to make sure that the free content continues to flow freely on this freaking oppressive, liberal, asshole-ish platform that every time I get on it makes me feel like I'm stepping into an octagon. So, yeah, Jared, it's on the list. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. So, it's ridiculous, man. It's a battle. It's a battle every day. New York, Long Island, Strong Island. New York, Long Island. Man, I took a submersible cable from the southwest tip of Strong Island across the Long Island Sound into Sayreville, New Jersey.
Through 3 feet of snow.
3 feet of snow.
There
That's
and
right.
back.
There I was on the Wantagh Parkway.
In my t-shirt and my Skippy
with
shorts.
all that 8'6", 9'4" overpass,
And my flip-flops.
2-lane highway, trying to drive 10'6" trucks up the Wantagh Parkway. Had to go out of Jones Beach to find some kind of fire hydrant in order to fill the water tanks. It was terrible. I hated it. It was February. The only good news was there was pizza, and it was awesome. But other than that, you can keep all of that. I hate it. I'm never going back. And you're all gonna die when the world ends, and that sucks, because I love you. Okay? Okay.
You gotta be careful. Cross the street and rush out of traffic.
That's right. That's right.
Going, hey, I'm walking here.
You'll
for
get hit by a
hours."
city bus. That's right. You'll get a $1.4 million settlement, but hashtag no vertebrae. And who's gonna rehab you during the COVID times? What are you gonna do? You're gonna put a mask on. You're gonna go into the little office, stretch, bend, stretch, bend. Ah, my back. Okay, it's another million, but you'll never be whole again. When you could have just left. You could have just GTFO. Come out of here, my people. Leave it. Get off of the island. You're all gonna die. You're all gonna die. I hate it. You're not gonna get on a boat. You're not going to sea. It's not gonna happen. The submarines, they're gonna come up out of the Hudson River. They're gonna blow you up. It's not gonna happen. Just stop. Just stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay?
Good job.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay. Okay. Keith, what? What about the East End? It's the same, just more Eastern. That's where the rich people live. It's like, we can't get any farther from the city, so we're just gonna drive until we literally can't drive anymore and we're surrounded by ocean, and then pretend that we're safe out here. So, pound my vertebrae. What do you prefer for meat chickens? Answer that.
Freedom Rangers.
Good answer. Good answer.
Model
Yeah.
Ts.
They are totally less
They're
disgusting.
all dead now.
Because if you have ever raised Cornish cross, they are the nastiest birds that will, like, you won't even want to eat them.
They're junk.
Like, it's totally pointless to raise Cornish cross because they are just like, bleh. And
Yeah, if y'all saw what they look like before they
Yeah.
spike them in the face at the Tyson
like,
plant
I don't want to eat
and
that.
drag them through some chlorine bleach and then put them on a little diaper
Yeah.
on top of the styrofoam pad, you would not eat them.
No.
They're grody. They're really, really grody birds.
So, yeah.
And then
Red
we're all,
Ranger,
we're all in
Freedom
the store
Ranger,
like,
it's
look
all
at
the
those
same.
big chicken breasts. I love those. They're so good. And you're like, if you saw the abomination of an animal that came off of,
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it too, or at least I was way guilty of it earlier in my career as a human being. But like once you raise some Cornish cross and realize that, oh, that's the thing that I'm buying in the grocery store,
Yeah.
bleh,
Yeah.
it's disgusting.
Somebody asked about turkeys, and yeah, for the effort,
Hell yeah.
I would rather raise turkeys than I would chickens. And
She's
like,
lying because we've only got a half a dozen turkeys
well, but we
and
just,
96,000 chickens. But go ahead.
yeah.
How do you feel about guineas?
They're delicious. And they
They
should
are
live on your
delicious.
side of the creek.
They are absolutely delicious.
And trespassers will be dealt with and grilled.
And our neighbor is already training her guineas to yap yap when TJ talks, which I love.
I don't know what my real name is. Look, you just keep opsecking me.
Right?
All they have to do is Google Bear Independent. They'll find that guy that's like, Bear Independent is a false prophet that is preaching lies. Like, you need to, like, drink a glass of wine. Yeah,
Hashtag.
Comment
Huh.
to him.
I don't care.
That was funny.
Who dat? Ken Warland, bless you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Ducks are delicious. You know, we tried that one time. They were about as delicious as eating one of my boots. I was not a fan.
And they're messy. Like I
Gosh, dang,
I
they're
don't
messy.
do with the wet, mucky.
They destroy water.
Yeah. And like it's one. I mean, yeah. I don't do.
I'm a glow-in-the-dark CIA asset, apparently.
You are.
And a lizard man. Guys, the truth is out. Hold on. I have to peel this fake skin off. We're going to kill all of you. You're tasty. And we live in the center of the world and we're going to eat you.
You gotta do that weird thing with your mouth that lizards do, like where they just like hold it open and like.
And it's
close.
flat.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
world is
There you
flat. We're going to eat you and kill you.
Please don't ever do that again.
My lizard face.
No,
It's the best.
no.
You're all gonna die.
That too.
We're just fattening you all up to harvest your organs for adrenochrome. We're in charge of the Catholic Church
It's like the
and
South
the
Park
Democrats.
where the lobster.
Silence woman. And the Republicans.
Silence woman, my boy.
Silence woman. And the royal family.
I'll take out my Arctic too and disavow
And
you.
Vladimir Putin.
But don't even get
And
started
President
with
Xi.
of China.
And whoever runs Australia.
That guy.
They're not terribly important. We're gonna eat them too. But mostly New Zealand because they have sheep.
Thank goodness. Mommy has a knife.
Reptilian out. So anyway, what were you saying? Sorry, I missed that. Something about what was funny? South Park?
Yeah, the South Park with the lobster people.
Weren't they like?
Crab people.
Yeah, the crab people. Yeah.
Weren't they locked inside of like
unclean.
Queer Eye for the straight guy
Yeah.
people?
I don't know.
I don't think we can talk about this on YouTube. I think we're gonna get
They're not clean.
sued by everybody now. What? Lobster.
Lobster.
Rock lobster. Rob the Sparky. Bless you. They took your jib. Ever eat frogs?
No. Have you touched those things? Like, ugh. Blah. And I know, like, they taste like chicken, but no. I wouldn't do it.
Thanks for coming to our defense, Renee. No, we're not drunk. If I was drunk, I'd be falling out of this chair.
I'm like, no, they're not at all. This is
Occasionally,
like
I walk up to the line and look at it.
This
but
is just us. Like,
but I try
y'all
not
don't
to
see
live there.
Us a lot, like,
yeah,
or me. I should say, y'all don't see me a lot because I have a big wall
Nobody said she laughed for
that I
3
put
days
up,
straight.
and y'all are getting a lot of just me.
Yeah,
So.
tonight is a little bit of the homie show.
yeah, it's good.
We love it. They love seeing it.
They do pee all over you. I don't want to eat pee.
Ashley, are you coming to Sukkot or what? I sure am. All right, good.
I know
See you there.
something else she's coming to.
Uh-huh.
We don't talk
Yeah.
about
You
and
know.
besides the fact that, like, they're not clean and all that stuff. Like, even before that, nope, no frogs. And I grew up in the South. And,
Yeah.
like, the same
Oh,
thing with
ABT, if you go live,
crawdads.
we'll all show up.
Like, it was always, like, crawdad
Uh-huh.
boils and, like, I
ABT
might
was my
could
one
stomach
live.
eating,
Frogs is
like,
upon
the
the
tails,
table.
but, like, the people that, like, get the head and, like, suck the flipping brains out of them.
Holy
no.
bless you.
No, I don't want to eat an animal's, like, squishy, juicy brains. That's
Ah,
disgusting.
dang, babe.
Just like when she was like, kidney.
Pokey stabby things.
Yeah.
It makes the
Pokey
red
stabby
blood run.
things.
Now, if you suck the brains out of them, yes, I will take the head and I will stick it on my finger.
Michael Hill, bless
and
you.
I will have a crawdad puppet that I then talk to you with. But I'm not going to be responsible for the loss of their brain.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
I tell you what,
You know, when she doesn't talk often.
But when she does, she's been storing this up for years.
I have. It's all unleashing.
You should have a camera.
You guys
Yeah.
do any fishing?
Oh, your stuff ain't
Why
charging.
did you unplug my
I
charger?
didn't do that.
You probably did, though.
I did not.
If I had to bet money, you did.
You're backwards. You gotta go look at it.
You backwards, woman.
It's lit. It's lit up.
No, just because it's lit up doesn't mean it's charging.
Lit up like the 4th of July.
What is Sukkot exactly? Stand by. Hold on, I gotta do a thing.
You gotta go up and down. We're back.
All right. What is Sukkot exactly? Sukkot is the Feast of Tabernacles. It is the final feast of the 7 Moedim, the appointed times unto Yahuwah our Elohim, the Lord our God. If you read out of the King James Version or any derivative thereof, the NIV, the NKJV, the Message, which I think the Message is garbage, but whatever. Any of the new translations, new meaning within the last few hundred years, you have the Lord in all caps, Lord. That was a horrendous translation from Yahuwah or Yahweh, our Elohim, the Lord our God. God is Elohim, the Lord is Yahuwah. That's his name. You see that in Exodus 15:3. Yahuwah is a warrior, Yahuwah is his name. In the KJV, King James Version, it says, the Lord is a warrior, the Lord is his name. Bullshit, the Lord's not a name, it's a title. And that comes out of the Council on Nicaea and Constantine in 312. And the fact that, man, I'm fixing to pontificate. I'll be easy on this. And the fact that paganism polluted the church, the Lord of heaven was Saturn, that guy who was in the black cloak with the scythe that everybody else knows as the Grim Reaper. Whole nother story for another time. But anyway, what is Sukkot? It's the final fall feast. You have atonement, you have trumpets, and then you have Sukkot. And Sukkot is an 8-day-long festival dedicated unto Yahuwah your Elohim, the Lord your God. It is one of the 3 times per year you are commanded to meet with your Creator. And so Sukkot is intense, literally intense. The Father commands you to go camping. You spend time outside. You cook food over a wood fire. You fellowship. It's really easy this year, October 2nd through the 9th, right? And so the first 2 days are Sabbaths. They're high Sabbaths. Really easy. 2 high Sabbaths, 4 working days, 2 high Sabbaths. 2, 4, 2. October 2nd through the 9th. The first 2 days, the 2 high Sabbaths, what is the difference between a high Sabbath and a regular Sabbath? Bless you. Thank you. The difference between a high Sabbath and a regular Sabbath is on a high Sabbath, we partay, bro. We fellowship, we hang out, we do the things. And when we do that, what is allowable is any work that is required so that all shall eat. Meaning that somebody's got to cook the lamb. Somebody's got to make sure there's ice in the ice tray. Somebody's got to arrange the chairs. Somebody got to get out there and mow the yard the day before so that we don't get chiggers all up in our britches. Like, there's stuff to do, right? And so you prepare for and then you attend to the feast on the high Sabbath. So the first 2 Sabbaths are high, or the first 2 days are high Sabbaths. You party, you get down, man. You worship Yahuwah your Elohim, singing, dancing, fellowship, so forth and so on. The next 4 days are work days. And you eat your meals outside, you live outside, but you can go to work, you can go to the bank, you can check your email, you can do that kind of stuff, so forth and so on. And then the last 2 days are high Sabbaths again. You're gonna party, you're gonna hang out, you're gonna give all praise to the Most High, you're gonna fellowship with people that you love. And the Spirit moves like crazy. There are 3 times per year that the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, is just out there just kicking ass and taking names. the feast of the Passover and unleavened bread, which is, imagine this, an 8-day festival. Go away, children, go away. Go frolic. The feast of Shavuot and the feast of Sukkot, tabernacles, the feast of ingathering. And I mean, not that he's out there, not out there other days. I mean, the Day of Atonement, the Ruach HaKodesh always moves massively for me on atonement. But Sukkot is the feast of ingathering. It's the feast of indwelling. You hang out in booths, in tents, and the Jews, the Yehudim, have massive rules and laws and suggestions on what you should do, how you should do it. You should do this, but you can't do that. And it's all a bunch of bullcrap. It's exactly what Yeshua came to do away with. It's exactly what Yeshua came to do away with. It prophesies towards the millennial kingdom when we spend 1,000 years in the kingdom with Yeshua and the Father here on earth, when there's an ingathering of the Father's people. And it's a blast, man. It costs you nothing to do it. Costs you nothing to do it. If you are a Christian, which is based on the word Christios, which literally means follower of Messiah. If you follow Yeshua, if you believe that Jesus is the Christ and you were called to walk in his steps, he did this. He observed the feasts. The early church, Acts 2, when the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, shows up, they were all in one place of one accord on the day of Shavuot, Pentecost, the Feast of Weeks. They were there together observing that. The Last Supper was Passover. Many times throughout the Gospels, it makes clear that Yeshua and his apostles were on their way to Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover. When Yeshua stands up and says, if any man is thirsty, let him drink of me, for I am the waters of life. That is during the water libation ceremony on the culminating day, the last high Sabbath of the Feast of Tabernacles, Sukkot. So Yeshua and the apostles did this. Jesus did this. It was never done away with. And so if you consider yourself a follower of Messiah, it costs you nothing to do this. But I strongly suggest that you do, because it will bring a fullness of understanding to your walk with the Father. It in no way negates grace. It in no way negates by grace through faith we are saved. But it creates an opportunity for you to meet with the Father during the appointed time, the Moedim, that is Sukkot, where he commands you to show up. I will see you there. You will be there. And if you read Leviticus 23, which starts with the Sabbath, by the way, the Father makes it clear, I will meet with you once weekly. I expect you to be there. If you want to experience me, I will meet you on the Sabbath. See you there. And oh, by the way, I also expect to see you 3 other times per year to celebrate the Most High, Shavuot, Sukkot, Pesach, the Passover. So, strongly suggest that you do it, and also strongly suggest that you take all of the Judaic nonsense and throw it right in the dumpster, because they got it wrong to begin with. They took the perfect instruction of the Most High and turned it into the religion that became Judaism, and that's what Yeshua railed against. So that's what Sukkot is, man. It's fellowshipping with people for 8 days in your booth, in your tent, and it's a reminder of when the Father brought us out of bondage and slavery, out of the land of Mitzrayim, out of Egypt with a strong hand, to be Yahuwah our Elohim, to deliver us from slavery, to literally deliver us from bondage. Sound familiar? Yeshua, who breaks all these chains, right? And it prophesies towards the millennial kingdom when we live with Yeshua in service to the Most High. So it's awesome, man. It's awesome. There you go. That's what Sukkot is.
Yeah.
What do y'all whisper campaign in the boot?
Dudley.
What about?
We want to meet him.
Yeah, me too. We tried today, but it didn't work out.
Dude, I watched some of the stuff. Fucking badass.
I know, he's awesome. Somebody find that guy some land. A1P, what's up, man? Yes, touchdown confirmed, brother. Thank you. Yes, Bew Bew.
Yes, yes. There it is.
Yes, yes.
Heavy.
Amen, Michael. So, asymmetrical preparedness. Now, there's the damn channel people should be watching. That guy right there, he's a good guy right there. I'll tell you what, he's been around since way back in the day. Really, 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 really good guy. A1, not A1P, also great guy, but asymmetrical preparedness, great guy as well. So,
Turn that fan down.
Ashley, amen. Or just
Like
pointed
you
another
get
direction,
bugs
you know.
going at my face.
Northeast Oklahoma doing the things. Bless you.
Yeah, that's good.
Asymmetrical preparedness. You're welcome, brother.
Bugs flying in front of it, they come at you.
A little bit, Bew. I've actually addressed it several times in other videos. Done what I can to touch on it. So I taught people that didn't have name tags how to do things in places that don't necessarily exist relating to our national power grid. So NE Oklahoma doing the things. You're welcome, man. It's all good, Bew. It's all good. So Sukkot is awesome, man. It's just absolutely awesome. And like the spirit moves massively, man. Massively. Jesus is the truth, the life, and the way. You mean the way, the truth, and the life? Absolutely, Bob White. Did you know that during the time that Yeshua walked the face of the earth, there were 3 different sects, groups of believers known as the way, the truth, and the life, and that he was literally uniting those 3 different sects who all had belief in him? Check that out. For sure. Did you know that legitimately the way, in Acts 24 verse 14, Paul is on trial by the Yehudim, the Jews, and they say, hey man, who the hell are you? What happened to Shaul of Tarsus? You were our guy. You were the Pharisee. You were there when Stephanos was murdered, man. You oversaw that. You were supposed to be persecuting these messianists, these followers of Messiah. What happened to our guy? And he said, look, I swear to you that I believe firmly in the Torah and the prophets. Paul, Shaul of Tarsus, you know the Apostle Paul. I swear to you under oath, I believe firmly in the Torah and the prophets, and I have full expectation in the resurrection of the righteous and the unrighteous based upon the blood of Yeshua Messiah. I believe according to the way, and I worship the Elohim of my fathers, and with this I hold myself blameless to men and Elohim always. And that was where you get the beginning of the concept of the way, as meaning walking in the way of Yeshua. Google, man, I don't have a good answer. Thank you for the $5 though, I appreciate that. Or buy a sheep and cut its horn off and learn how to blow that dang thing. So, I tell you, man, Yeshua is the way, but think about that. I mean, this is 1 Peter 2:21. The way to what? The way to what? The Father. Back to the Father. Hebrews 8:8, the foundation of the renewed covenant. Yeshua is the mediator between us and the Father. He's the go-between. And why? How do we get there? How does this whole thing work? 1 Peter 2:21, for this you were called, that Messiah, having suffered for our sins, that we might walk in his steps, that in him there is no sin, and no deceit was found in his mouth, that reviling, that being hated, he did not hate in return, but committed himself to him who judges righteously, Yahuwah or Elohim, that having suffered on the timber for our sins, that we were dead to our sins, which is lawlessness, 1 John 3:4, that we might live unto righteousness, for we were like sheep who had gone astray, but who had now returned to the shepherd and overseer of our souls. You were called to a belief in Messiah in the first place so that you could quit effing around and start walking back to the Father per the law. You were dead to your lawlessness, but now you know what righteousness is because of the example of Yeshua. This is exactly what is taught in John 16. He's like, guys, I gotta go. I'm going home. I'm going back to Dad's house. But good news, you're gonna get the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. And why do you need the Holy Spirit? Because he's gonna convict you on sin, on righteousness, and on judgment. Now remember, at this time, from that time to now, has been 2,000 years, and it's been 1,708 years since the Emperor Constantine that we've been without an example of what righteousness is. It's the same reason that Yeshua came 1,600 years from Moses to Yeshua, so that an example walked the earth of what righteousness looks like. People needed a reminder. This is how you do this, because you were dead to your sins. Sin is literally 1 John 3:4, transgression of the law, so that you might live under righteousness. 1 John, New Testament. John 16, New Testament. The Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, convicts on sin, righteousness, and judgment. So sin, New Testament, 1 John 3:4 is lawlessness. Righteousness, New Testament, Luke 1 verse 6 is walking blamelessly in the commands of Yah. And judgment, New Testament, Revelation 19, is you being bird food scattered across the face of the earth while Messiah dips his robe in your blood if you don't comply. And instead in the Christian church, what we have, well, you know, brother, that sin is just anything that you do that makes the Father mad. It's when you fall short of the mark. Shut up, a-hole. No, sin is lawlessness. Biblical lawlessness. So, for this you were called to your belief in Messiah, so that you would be convicted to walk in his steps, to do the things you need to do to return back to the Father in the first place. And if you got a problem with that, read the end of Luke, when Yeshua is walking down the road and his apostles are saying to this guy who's walking with them, he said, hey, why are you all troubled? He said, did you not hear? Are you the only person in Jerusalem that doesn't realize that Yeshua of Nazareth has been raised from the dead? Who's he? What do you mean, who's he? He's a prophet of the mighty Elohim, in whom we put all of our expectation for the resurrection of the righteous. He's a what? A prophet. Of who? The mighty Elohim. Why? For the resurrection of the righteous. Hidden right there in black and white in the New Testament. Which is exactly why I tell you all to read your Bible for yourself, because you don't need me to yell at you to put these things into your mind. You need to go see it with your own eyes. So, I'm going to shut up now about that, because I've very clearly been drinking wine, and Deuteronomy makes it clear that drunkenness will not be tolerated in service to Yahweh. And I am not drunk, but I don't feel like putting myself in that position, because the last guy that did that got turned into a smoldering pile of rubble by the Father. And I really don't want a meteorite to smack me in the back of the head right now. Sound good, babe?
Yeah.
Sound good. There we go.
There's a comment in the sky, you know.
Smoke check. Amen, Dudley. Soberly impaired. I like that. $119 Ministries. That's a good assessment of that. I appreciate that. Lucas, bless you. I just got schooled all light cigar now. Bless you, AVT. Brother, I love you, man. I wish you were here. I really, really do. I wish you were here. Looking forward to seeing you at that thing that's only happening for patrons right now.
ABC needs to sit on the porch.
Yep. Yeah, we got a spot for you on the porch, bro. I'll build you some more porch if you'll just get here. And Dudley, too. I wish that we had a chance to connect with Dudley.
And ABT, like on the same porch.
I know.
Like, oh.
I know. We must buy more land.
Some Ashley.
Buy more land. Yes, we need Ashley, too, for sure. We need the dance monkeys here. All of it.
We all got in the same room. We couldn't go live though. That's just way too much intel.
That's way too much. There'd be so many OPSEC infringements. That entire thing would be redacted. We'd go through a case of Sharpies just all that would be is like the, and, if, and.
You'll witness me.
Yeah, but can you imagine a bad guy running away from something and running into that room?
Oh, that'd be terrible. Like, oh man.
Wrong room, bro.
Wrong room, bro.
Today is not your day.
So, one time, here's a little
Kidney
story.
stabby thing.
Kidney stabby things.
Oh, I'm gonna use, like,
Oh, Hades, you're still invited, man. Come on, just get your ass over here. I was in I believe it was one of Trump's casinos in Atlantic City, New Jersey,
oh, that place is still shut down.
back in the day. I mean, way back in the day. And it was early in the morning. There may or may not have been substances involved, but I needed to go to the potty. And so I was searching for a bathroom, and one of the floor bosses was like, yo man, where's your urinal? I gotta go now. And he's like, down that hallway, third door on the right. My first thought was, who puts the bathroom third door on the right? Like, who planned this place, right? Like, first door. Because you want all the normies to stop at the first door and turn around and go back down the hallway, right? So, whatever, third door on the right, copy that. So I go off of the floor, down this hallway, and I'm like counting doors, and I'm like, was that the second door or the fourth door? I don't know. Hey, this is a door. It don't look like a bathroom door. I'll just push the door in. So I push the door in, and it's dark. I mean, dark. It's like this dark in there, and smoky. And there's like 6 guys sitting around a table playing Texas Hold'em. And they've literally been there for days. You can tell that they have been there for days. And I'm like, hey man, this is not the bathroom. And this old man stands up and goes, get the F out of here. And I was like, whoa man, I'm just looking for the bathroom. He goes, I told you get the F out of here. And I was like, hey, you're TJ Cloutier. I saw you on World Poker Tour. And he's like, get the F out of here. And I was like, okay, man, you're awesome. All right, later, bro. Bye. And so I found the bathroom, and I peed, and I came back, and I was like, I just met TJ Cloutier. And they're like, who? I don't know, some angry old man playing poker just yelled at me. And that was my story.
He told me to get the F out
But
of there.
they had very clearly been there for a very long time. Like, you could see, like, you know that look when, like, you've been wearing the same shirt for 3 days
Yeah.
and you've not slept? They all,
Yeah.
this look
Yankee
right here.
knows that look really well.
Yankee does know that look really well right now.
He might have changed shirts, but
I took a shower.
For 3.5 seconds.
I want to murder June bugs.
Yeah,
So-
dude, they're the worst.
Tell the people.
wallpaper, like it's covered
About
in
what?
Good.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Bear, there's a bug on your neck. I know, John Smith. By the way, I would like to thank you for marrying Pocahontas and uniting our people. Because before you, it would have never happened, man. Now the white man and the red man were united together. We could have never made that barber pole, the intertwining white and red spinning around on the axis
Oh, I thought
like
you
that.
meant the sheep parasite.
What?
There's a sheep parasite called barber pole.
No, not the sheep parasite, you weirdo.
Our sheep don't
Um,
have
No.
that. Yeah, sleep deprivation.
Dudley,
that's fun.
bless you.
Most I've ever gone with like no sleep was probably upwards of 72 hours, and it was like intermittent naps. It's like, oh, here's 5 minutes here, oh, here's 2 minutes there, here's, you know, 30 seconds there. It's just like, dude, 72 hours,
Yep.
you're done. You can operate with like, 4 to 5 hours of sleep, but you just wear down
Did you say
every day.
operate?
Sure.
Operate.
All the
Said it wrong.
All the Shaloha operations.
Shaloper operating.
Shaloperate.
I told you, Keith, man. Bew, yeah, man. Sleep deprivation is real. I think I've done.
It sucks.
Close.
It's bad for you.
Yeah, it's really
Like,
bad.
I think they said like the effects of like extended sleep deprivation is like the exact same as being like intoxicated.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It's
Like,
legit.
You can get a DWI for like driving while being that sleep deprived. Like in some states, they can nail
Yep.
you for that because it's just as dangerous.
June bug. Yes, Randy, we're still here. Thank you for the shirt, by the way.
That is also my tattoo artist's wife.
Man, you
This
just
is my
obsect her
graphics
so
design
bad.
stuff.
Bubu and his
It's
secret
good.
unit
They
of
don't know
onion
who it
ninjas are
is.
gonna go and
They
just,
don't know who it is.
they're gonna scoop her up off the street in an unmarked van. They're gonna rendition her. They're gonna put a vial of ketamine in her neck. They're gonna push the plunger in, roll her up in a roll of carpet, duct tape her up, take her to the nearest. Liberty is so scared right now. They're gonna take her to the nearest dock. They're gonna commandeer a vehicle. They're gonna race that vehicle 20 miles out into international waters. They're gonna push that carpet over the side. They're all gonna put on their Draeger bubbleless units, take a couple of deep breaths, flip over the side, scuttle the boat, swim back to shore. They're gonna bob up a mile later, pop over the gunwale of a rigid inflatable boat. Then you're gonna, scoot off from there. Then some, CH-57, 47, whatever, is gonna show up, pick them up. CH-53, that's what I'm looking for. There we go. Pick up the boat, fly them all the way down to Panama for the debrief, and it's gonna be crazy. And all because you shouted her out on this live stream, man. It's terrible. Why did you do that?
I'd have to. It's like Liam Neeson from Taken or Liam Neeson from like Qui-Gon.
Or Renee and Hami could just stab you in the kidney with knives. One or the
Any
other.
outie, uppy, downy, awny, offy, stabby things.
Anything goes wrong. Yeah.
That was. This has to be the strangest date for that poor girl. She's rolling with the punches.
Been around, like
Yeah.
Phil John Wayne.
Yeah.
she knows.
All the Jeep things.
I drove the Jeep.
Yep.
You
One of the few.
drove the Jeep.
You're one of the few.
I drove the Jeep.
Yeah. Me too. Whoa.
If we take the Jeep anywhere, you're gonna have to, so we could have a conversation. I'm the permanent A driver, man.
Yeah.
How
We
far can you walk in the day?
now far enough. We figured this out. You're deaf on your right side,
M3 earplugs.
3M, but
3M,
good,
whatever.
good job.
Still
I'm deaf
terrible.
on my left side, and so I have to drive and he has to ride so that we can actually have a conversation. If we do it the other way around, we're both like, what? What did you say? What? And we can't hear each other. It's
No.
awesome. It's like grumpy old men.
Like, you guys ever watch, like, what was it, the Peanut Gallery with Charlie Brown, and the adults, when they talk, are just like, like, that's
that.
this.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. You only got tinnitus, but you weren't rated for hearing loss. What?
Right. EMP within the end of the month. Remember my post, people. Your imaginary friend. Thank you. Please go back to the reptilian and overlords and tell them that I've had enough of this flat earth nonsense and I'm ready to be beamed back to the mother colony.
No, it's the crab people.
I don't want to be on this planet anymore.
I see 'em.
EMP by the end of the month. Remember his post, everybody. Remember his post. The end of the month is not that far away. It's what, the 21st?
I'm not worried.
It's 9 days. 9 days.
I'm not worried.
9 days, Liberty.
I've been buying ammo for a while, so I got all my stuff before, the shortages, because,
I guess y'all better buy
Commercials?
Bearfax now while you still can.
y'all might need one.
You won't have them by the end of the month. Though.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
We're working on it.
Don't tell him that, honey. Jeez.
We're working on it.
Did you know? Like I changed the description.
I saw. I
Okay.
love you. You're awesome.
Yeah.
It will change again in like
A couple days. Yeah.
Yeah.
A week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think be like,
We're working on it. We are
like Amazon Prime.
we are legitimately working on being able to fulfill. We're not there yet. So please do not misconstrue this, people who have a hard time hearing words. We are working on being able to legitimately produce 200 to 300 kits a week right now. We're not there, but gosh, we're working on it. And
We would love it.
and still made in America, handmade, sewn by hand, guaranteed forever, North American Rescue Components. We are busting our asses to be able to make that happen. So that wasn't a frog.
That was like a locust.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's a locust.
Yeah.
It was a big bug.
Well, they jump. They have legs, man. They do that. So,
Like a big frog.
Lost my life.
what is your intel? Man on a mission. Don't.
Oh, it's a frog. I would have been inside.
Big Tex 01. Bless you,
Yes,
man.
Dudley. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, Bew. That's what I'm saying. Mark, well, that's what we're working on. It's not just Cody's fingers anymore, bro. Big Tex, yeah, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not going to pray now because I've been drinking. And later, your imaginary friend. Later.
You caught that quick.
I'm really sorry for your loss. I really am. I'm not gonna pray now, but I will pray later, and we will pray tomorrow morning.
He's on my list.
And I'm really sorry to hear that, man. Got it. He's been handled. And just as an FYI for those who care to care, if you're a nut job, I don't care if you give me super chats or not. Later, bro. So. Time it be? Pushing 10? Wow. Well, there we are. All right, I lied. We're praying. Let's do it. Father Yah, forgive me if this is against your will, but we got to lift up our brother Big Tex. Father, I do not envy my brother one bit right now, and I'm thankful that I don't know this pain. But our brother Big Tex does, and so we just lift him up to you and lay him at your feet, Father. And I don't have words for this, and we don't understand why these things happen. We know it's for a reason. We know that for whatever reason you needed her back home rather than here. And Father, we also know that this is not our home. We are eternal souls that are on a mission to find our way back to you. So Father, I pray that she did. And if she didn't know you, or if there were unresolved issues, Father, I pray that you welcome her with open arms and give her an opportunity to hear the gospel and to come into your kingdom, Father. I'm frankly heartbroken for my brother. So Father, I ask that you would just minister to his pain and his heartache. That you would bring him the Ruach HaKodesh, the peace that surpasses all understanding. And that in what seems like a meaningless loss, you would make yourself manifested. That you would bring peace and clarity, Father. And that you would give our brother strength, inexplicable strength, not through him, but of you. And Father, that he would know that there are hundreds of people who lift him up right now and lay him at your feet, that love him without knowing him, and that love his dearly departed without knowing her. And Father, just ask that your will would be done. I do not know why these things happen. I don't know why bad things happen to good people. But if I could comprehend you, I would not worship you. And so that means that you get to drive the bus, not me. And so I guess I pray at some time, a day, a week, a month, a year, or a lifetime from now, you would bring clarity on this loss. And until then, you would steward our brother and get him through this. And so, Father, I selfishly ask a prayer of intercession that you would just make yourself manifested in our brother's life right now. And that somehow you would use this to build testimony. And I ask these things in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen.
Amen.
Well, that was of him because the buzz is gone. Bad Wabbit, shalom, sister. Yeah. Gosh, it's almost like we should just cut to the chase and pray. 6-minute live streams from now on.
I don't think you could do that if you tried.
Brother, we love you. I'm
Yes.
so sorry for your loss. I am so sorry for your loss. And I don't understand it. And I don't expect you to either. And this is why it is so important that we walk with our Messiah. Because somebody has got to keep you upright right now. And I'll end with this. I know, Bad Wabbit, I know. I'll end with this. What an honor, Bear Nation, that we get to do this. What an honor that we get to do this. You know, we can bitch and moan about YouTube all we want, but it does still create an avenue for us, hundreds, sometimes thousands of us, to gather in the name of Yeshua and to lift each other up and pray for intercession and to focus our will. And I'm thankful for that. I'm really, really thankful for that. And I'm thankful for you that you participate in this. And I don't understand it, but I know the Father has got his hand all over this thing. I am surrounded by evidence of the Father's involvement right now on my back porch. and I appreciate your support. Not even an EMP can disrupt prayer. That's right. And I'm just humbled by y'all and by the Father. So thank y'all. I'll see y'all in the morning. ? Have a great night. Love y'all. Shalom.